We started out very shaky. The game against Navi was very, very tough, especially in Inferno. But when we started playing together and playing our game, we just went away with the win. I think this is the only crowd that competes with Katowice, and it's just incredible because we're in Europe, so many persons came, and we're just getting chills. I just have chills talking about it.
Sama jak na Twitch i GoTV. Tak, po to łączysz konta, żeby ta szansa była taka sama i to jest jakby wykryte, że ty albo siedzisz na GoTV, albo na Twitchu, więc jak najbardziej jest taka sama ta szansa. Pozdrowienia od Danuty Szczudło i Połomskiej. Pozdrawiamy w takim razie i dziękuję za pozdrowienia. Okej, moi drodzy, ja w takim razie się teraz z wami żegnam, robię sobie przerwę przed kolejnym spotkaniem półfinałowym. Zapraszam was właśnie na reklamy i później oczywiście przełączam się na ten oficjalny stream. Będziemy czekali na Virtusów i na zawodników Fnatic.
Yeah, right. Last man standing. P250 out, jumping and shooting. He gets one more kill. Looking for it. He's got him hunted down. Time is up. Oh my God! Get already gonna be kidding me! The last kill in 1 second left.
Ladies and gentlemen, only one semifinal done. The second one's still waiting for us. Envious, your first finalist, but let us know what you think. Would you like to see that final between Envy and Fnatic, or do you have faith in the Virtus.pro just running through this major at ESL ONE Cologne 2015? Don't forget the hashtag ESL1, and we'll find out very shortly after we take a quick break. Of course, if you want to find out more about everything that's happening at this tournament in Cologne, go over to the Score Esports. Download the app from the iOS App Store or Google Play, and they have a bunch of nice interviews from behind the scenes too from all these players, their insights after their matches as they've been playing through this tough top 16 match of ESL ONE Cologne. We'll be back after this with semifinal number 2, VP versus Fnatic.
This Sunday, watching a veritable French revolution take place, and it's time for our second of the day, which means we need to talk to some guys from a team that needs very little introduction. Fnatic. You, sir, are a Fnatic fan through and through, Fred?
Every day.
Every damn day.
Yeah, every damn day.
And who's your favorite Fnatic player?
Oldmeister.
Sounds like Fred is not alone. Well, Fred, I hope they do very well. On this side, we have Marina. Marina, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Super, good to hear. Who is your favorite Virtus.pro player?
Pasha!
Pasha! Also, definitely not alone. This is an absolute rivalry of biblical proportions. They're going up against each other. One has 2 majors, one has 1 major, plenty on the line. For these guys, I have some t-shirts, of course. If you want t-shirts, you can buy ESL t-shirts at the ESL store, but that's not all. If you want to take part and be part of something like this amazing crowd that we have here, you can by heading over and checking out the URL that's right on the screen at the moment. You can be part of ESL ONE New York. Yes, we're coming to New York, and I'm sure the people behind me will join me when we go to New York because it's going to be fantastic. So for sure, you will want to do that. And of course, if you want to support the players, you can do the whole scene. There are stickers, all sorts of good stuff to have with, for example, the signature of Olaf Meister or Pasha. So get those, get out and get involved. But as if that wasn't enough, we also need to hear about you for one last thing, and that is your favorite player. So head out and tell Asus and us who is the player that you believe is absolutely putting on a show at this major here in Cologne at ESL ONE. But for now, these guys are ready. It's time to head over to Chobra Commander and his band of awesome experts at the NVIDIA Expert Desk. Make some noise!
Thank you very much, Sean. Great to see all these fans. Yeah, there you go. Hold up that jersey. We've before the match started, actually, before we went even to the break, we had VP fans setting up in a whole section. They just took it over. They put the Polish flags and they started chanting and singing. We're in the mood for the second semi-final. Initial thoughts on this matchup. Like Sean said, one has 1 title, the other has 2 titles. It's gonna be a good one, I think, coming in.
Yeah, looking at the statistics, looking at recent form, looking at basically everything, Fnatic should be the main favorites for this one. I'm not gonna lie, they are looking insanely strong, and much should happen for me before Virtus.pro can really take this one. I mean, it's not gonna be an easy game for Fnatic. Virtus.pro is gonna fight till the end, and they could potentially take a map. And for me, that's where it's gonna get dangerous. I'm expecting Fnatic to take it 2-0, but as soon as Virtus.pro reaches that 1 map, things gets really dangerous.
I think you're absolutely right. I think the correct result here is going to be 2-0 to Fnatic, but there's also the potential it's going to be very close. We could see some overtimes, for example. Fnatic are in fantastic form here. We've seen them have a great run of results here. Yesterday, it was a little bit hairy against going up against Luminosity in that final map on Mirage, right? So we went to 16-13, but I think you can't take too much away from that result, considering that they looked like they went up to 5-0 and maybe got a little bit complacent. So I think we can't put that against them too much, but yeah, Fnatic for me, definitely the favored side.
Okay, Moses, what about you? Because quite frankly, I mean, maybe you can't look into too much of one map, but Luminosity gave them a real run for their money against Fnatic.
Yeah, well, I think it's funny because I think Cadian actually expressed more optimism for Luminosity last night than he just expressed for Virtus.pro just now. So he was slipping a little bit to the dark side, and we've brought him back into the fold. He's come back to the light. But yeah, this is going to be. I think this is going to be great. I think this will go 3 maps. I think Virtus.pro is going to take the first map, and I think Fnatic's just going to respond after that. I've seen a lot of best of 3s with Virtus.pro where they take the first map and just kind of struggle from there, even against Fnatic at some of the ESL final or ESEA finals, excuse me. And it's going to be another matchup here where there's going to be so much aggression between these 2 teams, and it's going to come down to who wins those initial battles. Is it going to be the Virtus.pro players stopping, the JW and Olaf Meister plays, or is it just going to be them crushing the initial attack of Virtus.pro?
Yeah, I mean, we're in for another good one, that's for certain. I don't think anyone can argue against it, especially after the first semi we had between Envy and TSM. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard from us for now our initial thoughts for the experts at the NVIDIA Expert Test, but let's find out, how do the players feel going into semifinal number 2?
It feels good. It's a relief, but it's not what we are aiming for. It's not what we are. That's not the reason why we are here, to win quarterfinal. We are here to win, man, and this crowd. This is when Virtus.pro plays at its best. Okay. I think what's very important for us to win the semi-final is to turn on our flow. Don't think about who are we playing against. Just remember that we are the team who was always feared the most. We have the highest skill selling from all the teams. No matter what you say, no matter what you think, I think that my boys are the best out there.
Make some noise alone for Fnatic.
Okay, today when we entered the arena, people booed at us, and we were actually quite surprised about that. We didn't think people would do that, but at the same time, I would be a bit salty as well if a team beat my favorite team. So what can I say? People hate us because we are good. Tomorrow we're playing Virtus.pro, and I think that game is gonna be sick. The crowd is probably gonna cheer for Virtus again, and I mean it's just fun, to be honest. We love playing with a big crowd, and you hear cheers, and even if they don't cheer for you, it's still a lot of more fun. The crowd is still amazing. I can't even explain how amazing it is just to play here.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. VP versus Fnatic. I mean, of course, both of them feeling confident. I think what still rings true for me is just the way Taz is speaking about this tournament after their quarterfinal win. He said it here, he said it yesterday, and he goes, well, we're not here for this win. Like, it's cool, but we came to win the whole thing, and nothing's going to stop us. We're not thinking about anything in the process of that. It's just that end goal that we're looking at.
Yeah, exactly. They're so determined at the moment, and it's great to see. Of course, we want people to be realistic, but at this moment, when you reach the semi-final of a major, everything is realistic at this point. You can't go the entire way. So there's a chance. It's just not as high as Taz probably wants it to be.
Well,
but
you have to say they have bounced back in the last 3 months. They went for a huge slump of form, but ever since the SIVO event, they actually took a win there, and they have the reform of roles within the team. We see Neo AWPing now, Pasha picking up the AK, and actually getting the calling role onto Taz. They seem a lot stronger as a unit, and we haven't seen them on this sort of stage with these new roles. So maybe they actually said yesterday, Taz said on stage, they don't care about the semi-final, it's all about the grand final, right?
Yeah, exactly, and it's like that for all these players in the major. Just passed by Happy out, come up to the desk, and I said congratulations, and he was just like, yeah, whatever. It's the next match they're worried about, but yeah, Virtus.pro comes out of that slump, and then they've looked really, really good, and now they're going up against Fnatic, which is just a massive mountain to climb. But the key to Virtus.pro is once they start playing that no respect style. We saw them play some passive stretches against NIP yesterday, and NIP was able to grab some rounds against them untrained during that style. But once they got into that really aggressive, explosive executions onto those bomb sites, that's no respect, just flat out aggression, that's when they're dangerous.
yeah, I mean, the thing is with Happy, he's probably also the least excited person in the world. Like, they win a very important game, he's just adjusting his glasses, just smiling a bit, going up. Kenny is and Apex and stuff, they're like, yeah, come on crowd, let's get going. And he's like, like he's just so calm, and he's just, I mean, I'm looking forward to see if they win the major, how Happy is going to react.
All right, well, I mean, maybe we'll have to wait and see, but for now, it's time to meet the players. Well, we got to bring them onto the stage before we see them play, and of course, our two friends out in the crowd with Sean, they want to see Olafmeister and Pasha, but there's still 8 others, so OJ will have to introduce the players to the stage as we start the countdown.
Feel the bass rumble! It's time to get to our second semi-final. We know one team that has made it through to play in ESL ONE, $250,000 and a major against their name, but it's time for the second of our quarterfinals. And I want to know who thinks who is going to win this. So if you think, and you think Virtus.pro is going to win this, I want to hear you now. Okay. If you think Fnatic are going to win this, let me hear you now. If you want VP to win this, let me hear you now. If you want Fnatic to win this, let me hear you now. I don't know, it's 50-50. All I can tell you is this is going to be one hell of a matchup. I spoke to Taz yesterday. All he said was, I'm focusing on the final. That is a fine thing to do until you've got Fnatic in the way. So, every person in here, in the Lankness Arena, I want to hear you right now. I want to hear you at the top of your voices when we welcome our next two quarterfinalists!
Get ready for the second semi-final. Make some noise, Cologne! Coming to the stage at this time, here's Virtus.pro! Put your hands together for their opponents, the reigning ESL ONE champions. Here's Fnatic!
Oh man, boy am I glad Taz is good at CSGO, because otherwise he knows how to play a crowd and he would be taking all of our jobs here in the desk and on the stage, because he is super pumped up to play this semifinal. Taz looks like he's just ready to rip apart anything that stands in his way going to the finals.
I think that is one of the beautiful things about Tez and some of these Polish players. They have been around for ages. They're not here for the money. You see the passion in their eyes. It's all in for the CS. It's nothing about anything else. It's about the fans. It's about winning. It's just beautiful, right?
Yeah, I mean, people who are watching, whether at home or live, Katowice 2014, you know, the fans feel the same way, right? When they see VP play. We have a ton of VP fans here, too. They've kind of taken over half of the stadium now, told all the MV fans, hey, go take a break, go get some lunch. You guys already won. We're here now. It's our turn to cheer for our favorite players. Well, gentlemen, let's get into the nitty-gritty then in this matchup. We talked briefly before, but again, let's start with two players, and this time I want to mention the operas for both teams, and a little bit of a contrast if we can take a look at the numbers, if we bring them up on screen, on maybe how they utilize their operas. And it does seem like, just at a glance, you know, VP not relying as heavily on Neo as some of these other teams do, including Fnatic.
So they're very different styles of Orba, to be fair. So we've got Neo, very defensive, just hits the shots he needs to, very consistent like that, and he actually doesn't give too much away. You won't see him pushing through smokes trying to do the flashy stuff, but on the other side, we've got JW, the absolute opposite end of the spectrum there. He is the flashiest role. He does things that are considered wrong in CS, but he is so good that he can pull it off. That's the whole element of JW. He can do whatever he likes and actually find kills from horrible situations.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of those players that breaks the mold like that, making plays that you don't expect or you don't think are going to work out. But you can just see it. I mean, really look at the kill to death ratio. I mean, this is an Opera and Neo that, you know, you look at him play Inferno on the B side yesterday. His whole job is to get one kill and just stay alive. He's not going to go for more than that. He's going to wait for his teammates to rotate in. He's a very safe, smart, fundamental player, whereas JW is just like, let's get in there and wreak havoc. But the danger of that is when JW is having a massive impact, he can really dictate where you have to play on the map, because he can force you to areas. If he's on fire, you don't want to go near that.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you hear about some of these players, JW's name does come up often on how the game revolves kind of around him for both teams, right? If he's on fire, both teams are going to have to start kind of putting the spotlight on him and working around that. And of course, the map veto also awaiting us. How do you think that's going to affect the game, Cadian?
We talked a bit about it earlier. We kind of feel like Fnatic could go ahead and remove Train.
I think they.
And that's probably the only thing which is 100%, I feel like, for this veto, at least from my point of perspective. We saw them removing Train against Luminosity yesterday. Virtus.pro were beating NIP on this very specific map. That's for sure. I don't know about you, Henry, if you have anything special.
I think it's really hard to dissect that, but I think VP removing Cash may be a good shout, just because we know how dominating Olofmeister can be on that. But here we go then. Let's see how this breaks down.
All right. Gonna depend a lot, but every time we've talked about Fnatic, it sounds like you can't really find a hole there. Fnatic did veto Train, and actually VP going to veto Dust 2 as the very first veto.
And they picked Mirage very quickly, that's for sure. I mean, they have been known for being so insanely strong on both CT and Terrace half of this map. And the Fnatic pick, that could be anything from Inferno to Overpass.
Oh, Inferno.
Inferno. Okay, there we go.
I mean, these are aggressive map picks from both teams, knowing that they're going to start with the T side of each one of them. I mean, that's insane. So this is huge to both these teams. That was very quick, actually, much faster than most vetoes and picks and bans than we've seen other teams. So they're both these teams coming into this with a very set plan. Not surprising to see Dust 2 removed, to be honest.
No, the thing is, these two teams are some of the teams which has the biggest map pool of all the teams. I mean, that's also the typical thing of when we get to this stage of the tournament, all these teams just know how to play basically all maps. The thing is, the maps that Virtus.pro likes is also the similar maps that Fnatic likes, so it's going to be an even battlefield, but Fnatic should have the upper hand in terms of individual skill at least.
Now the first map, Mirage, of course, we talked about it briefly yesterday. Fnatic, a little bit of trouble against Luminosity, closing things out. In fact, almost Luminosity taking over that game.
Yeah, but like I said before, when they had such a dominating lead and they got to 5-0 on the T side of Mirage, it looked like they got a little bit complacent. I don't think they were playing at 100% at that stage. It wasn't the same game that this matchup is. They'll be fully concentrated 100% of the time going into this series.
Yeah, and all 10 players now going in to warm up before they start their semifinals. See who moves on to the very final match here at ESL ONE Cologne 2015. Moses, are you still convinced that all logic in this world says Fnatic moves on to the final?
They're the best team in the world, and they've looked like it up until we just saw Envy play that last match. That was a scary look out of Envy. But in this matchup, yeah, I still have Fnatic taking this 2-1.
I actually feel like with these maps, Fnatic is somehow going to make it 2-0.
I think so as well. I would agree with 2-0.
Oh, Fnatic taking it 2-0, shutting down VP. Well, VP fans, you heard what the experts had to say, so I'm sure you'll be cheering loud and clear in the arena, but we've got quite a few Fnatic fans here too. Ladies and gentlemen at home, tell us what you think. Who's going to match up against Envy in the very last match of ESL ONE Cologne 2015? Who's going to have another shot at another title? Who's going to add another one to them? Is it going to be Fnatic going for a back-to-back, or is VP finally going to return after their great success last year at Katowice to take another major title? We'll find out after this very, very short break.
And so we are back here at ESL ONE Cologne. I'm Alex Machine Richardson, joined by Faflaren and Pansy. to go through this game. It's going to be insane. Just seeing these two teams next to each other on stage. The desk has already said it, that Fnatic are looking to get another step closer to their third major title. For Flaren, how are you feeling about this matchup?
I'm feeling good. I mean, just looking at the maps, I think perhaps VP might have actually just overthought this a little bit. Picking Mirage, it feels to me that you just picked it because Fnatic played poorly versus Luminosity on it yesterday. I really hope that they do have a game plan here, though, because when you just look at how Fnatic played yesterday in that matchup, it looked like they took out the win in advance. And if that happens with Virtus.pro, it was kind of the same scenario with Kingwin, actually, beating Cloud9 on Dust 2 and then picking it versus TSM. I just got stomped on it.
I'm completely in agreement with you. I really hope that's not an oversight there and they do have something up their sleeve because, you know, the thing with Fnatic is you can love them, you can hate them, but you have to respect the way these guys play. They are formidable. Sure, they may have had one game where it looks slightly close, but that's still in a best of three. And I think everyone out there would have said eventually that would have been Fnatic's game. So, I don't know. I hope Virtus.pro have something up their sleeve because they're a team that does respond well to these crowds. They are a team that thrives in this environment, and I want to see it now.
And the point we were making as well is that these teams met just the last minute, both VP and Fnatic, when they walked out.
And I love the way I can literally see the Polish corner, let's call it. There is literally a whole side dedicated to them. Get loud for those boys. That is going to be going wild throughout this game.
They have a chant, Lauren. I don't know if you've heard it, but as Virtus.pro walked out, there was a Virtus.pro chant through the stadium.
Really? Okay, how did it sound like?
I am not... Why don't they show you for Flaren? I'm sure they'll show you.
Well, you have to start it.
Virtus.pro. Let's see what you've got.
No,
I can hear it. I can hear it.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, I like it.
That is an example of the support that Virtus.pro have behind them. And something people describe them as a team that works off support. We saw what they could do last year in Katowice. 2014, we saw them pick up that victory. And let's see if they can get another step closer. It's going to be map one. It's Mirage. Fnatic on the CT side. Virtus on the attack. And Lauren, I think it's time for us to kick off our second semi-final.
As said, the ESL ONE Cologne semi-finals now seconds away from getting underway here. Fnatic on the CT, Virtus.pro on the T side. Ladies and gents, get loud! This one is going to be phenomenal. And for Flaren, what are we seeing so far here? It looks like Virtus.pro have something in mind.
Yeah, it looks like a straight-on just B take here for Virtus.pro. Neo have a smoke and two flashbangs.
All right, let's see how they do this.
It might be faking this, actually.
Yeah, I always used to love the way they used to work through underpass. They were very fluid as a team. They didn't fully commit anywhere off the back, but already Taz makes his presence known towards Connector. And that's going to be Crims he's fighting out with, but that's not where the attention's going to be focused. It's going to be Pronax taking down one, but it's an exchange. Virtus.pro just crumbling under the pressure. The Fnatic are locking down on this B side and Flusher from short. Going to close down the first round.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure. I think that the smoke first over to the B bomb side was supposed to be like somewhat of a fake, and then Taz just went underground, trying to get a pick middle, I guess. And then, but Fnatic didn't really think too much about it. No, they were just staying there at B bomb side, just waiting for Virtus.pro to come in, and obviously Neo helped them out as well with the team kill.
Virtus.pro game plan, not quite going to plan there, just losing that one man for Fnatic. Very comfortable for them to start this one off. Let's see if they can continue in a similar fashion into the second round, and VP mixing it up. We are going to be seeing 3 of the 5 towards that B side, but the bomb is in the hands of Bialy, and Fnatic, they're hunting. They're looking to gather as much information as they can at this point.
Yeah, and Fnatic, they're trying to fake B here and just trying to get the bomb plan on the A bomb side.
Oh no!
But yeah.
Then again, Bialy, he has the bomb and he has got that frag. Only one man stands between him and that bomb plan at the moment. Let's see, Bialy still cautious to push onto the side. In the meantime, Pasha's going to catch one. Pronax on the rotate. That's an SMG. It's a 4v2 now. This shouldn't be happening. Flusher does respond onto Pasha, but the damage is done. Now Olof and Flusher have to try and cobble together this round, and Virtus.pro, they've got 50 seconds. They're taking their time.
Yeah, but they're very spread out. So about Neo with an excellent kill on Altmeister.
All onto Flusher then. 3 to 5. They have taken damage, and it looks like Flusher's going to extend that. Neo's so low, but he's still kicking. He's desperately trying to do damage with the P250, but Flusher shakes his head. 23 points of health, and that bomb is going to be going down.
Yeah, and overall, like VP, since Fnatic was actually clearly pushing, which was a very bad mistake, they should know that VP would have been force buying there, and Crims with a massive push into Palace gets one, but then ends up going down, just leaves A completely open, and then everything just falls apart.
Snacks is... Oh, he's cautious. Oh, but Flusher didn't check it! And Snacks and Virtus.pro leap into action in just the second round.
Yeah, overall great round by VP. They just spread out, trying to go for kills, and Fnatic actually just let them have it as well. Just pushing everywhere on the map, trying to get the duels. And VP, it's like, again, don't underestimate VP in any way. They know how to aim, and they will kill you if they see you.
Yeah, I think that's something Fnatic's going to just quickly switch into gear of. You know, it's not necessarily disrespect, but just that confidence, that constant kind of peaking style that we saw kind of working out towards A and then failing parlously. But this time, Virtus.pro, of course, just going to look like maybe they're going to pile through here towards B. It is going to be Pronax and Flusher to try and receive them. Flusher gets one. That CZ is primed and ready, but it's Neo taking over the site. The Mac 10's doing the damage, and already Virtus.pro have the site to hand. Neo's watching the push through. Crims shouldn't be able to get the shot there, but he's certainly trying for it. Now 3v4. CT side desperate for this one, but working with so little. 3 CZs, a couple of flashes. Might be time to back out of this one. Obviously armor involved as well. There's a lot to be lost here if they do maybe go down.
Yeah, I mean, they will be double saving anyway, so saving these 3 CCs and the armor is actually really key, because then they can just buy up again next round and go for another gamble. What I really love about VP is that they're not showing any respect to Fnatic. Okay, yeah, you're going to be force buying back towards us. We don't care. We're just going to rush B.
That's the power that comes with Virtus.pro. These guys, we know what they're like. And I think there is a timeout just coming into place here, as we will see Virtus.pro convert that third round into their favor. So 2-1 overall. Fnatic not having that chance yet, I feel, to really make their impact towards this map. But Virtus.pro, as you said, looking quite confident, looking like they don't care about the opponent. They're playing their game. And so far, it's working out fairly well.
Yeah, and this is the kind of VP that we saw back in the day, back last year in Katowice. No respect, they're just running around, they're doing their own thing. And if they keep on doing playing like this and Fnatic doesn't have a reply to it, things are going to end up badly.
It's a dangerous Virtus.pro to come up against. I don't know what to expect into this one. But of course, as you said, not much money there with the CT, so seeing what they can get out of this one.
Yeah, you dubbed the Polish corner going to be a real kind of crucial part for Virtus.pro. We know too well what the Polish crowd can do to this Polish side, and it does feel like they've brought a little bit of Katowice with them here to the Lanxess Arena in Cologne. Fnatic, on the other hand, looking to defend their title. We are into our first map, and it does look like we're going to see a very aggressive Olof trying to catch someone out, but Bialy says no. And those little bit of Kevlar is being whittled away.
Yeah, somewhat of a weird fake from Virtus.pro. Obviously paid off because Olofmeister went down, but they faked B, and then Olofmeister pushed Palace, and Neo was just waiting for him, but Bomb was down in T-spawn, and now you see VP just rotating back to mid. They have 50 seconds left to work with.
Yeah, I think they're going to have no problem trying to make this one as neat and tidy as possible. The real threats, Flusher and Crims, are still floating around Mirage. And with 45 seconds, Virtus.pro are not going to take a risk. Crims hoping to catch someone out towards middle. And it looks like he's going to start hearing footsteps. There's a real indicator there as the floor gets a little fiery. Oh, he's not going to be caught out. That's 2 Molotovs, such an investment, and he's still just laughing it off in the corner. And now they do converge on towards the site. Flusher, it all comes down to what he can do with the bullets in his magazine. That's 1. Goes for the reload. This is now his second chance at a kill. He gets it as well with the CZ. Nothing more as Virtus.pro do get 3, but Taz and Bialy had to watch.
Yeah, and Fnatic actually guessed right there, having 2 on the B bomb site, because VP actually did take their sweet time after getting the entry. What they could have done as well is just, by the time they pick B, just have 4 members or 3 members of Virtus.pro just get ready to go up A. Nonetheless, it did work out though. Fnatic, we will see their first weapon round coming in, but no op on JW.
Yeah, very important round between these two here. 3-1 currently, Virtus.pro in the lead. But now Fnatic have that arsenal beside them. They have so much to work with. Maybe not ideal, but far more than previous.
Are you kidding me right now? Are they going to?
We're going to find out very soon. They could be on a very sticky end of Pronax's gun here. And look at this, they're lining up. He's flashed. He's waiting out. He's going to back away. And Virtus.pro are piling through. Flusher smoked out as well. They can't see this, but Pronax laying in wait for 1. Flusher with the second. Flusher with the third. Oh. They've locked it down. Fnatic send Virtus.pro packing. You can't pull that off against Fnatic. And Virtus.pro just got reminded.
Yeah, and I mean, trying that again, yeah, I understand the reasoning behind it is because, like, okay, well, sure, it's been working out. We've been going B 2 rounds in a row. Fnatic didn't really have a reply to it, but you have to keep in mind they did not have any weapons, and you saw there Flusher with like 205 damage in nade damage. I think he had a Molotov and an HE just straight on VP.
Insanity. As Fnatic do manage to close that gap somewhat. 2-3 then the score as we go into another bye for Virtus.pro. Fnatic ready to greet them with open arms as they do spread themselves out quite nicely. Looks like something different though towards underpass. This is a kind of a battle for mid control.
Yeah, I would have actually, you saw that Nate almost came into the window room there and JW would take so much damage. But like this, it's Fnatic again showing a little bit of respect to VP, not actually contesting the mid area, leaving VP with all of mid control. They also have, that's pretty much the only thing they have though, so we'll see what happens now.
Most definitely will. Snax is the one that's going to be looking for that first aggression, trying to find an entry into the site, something to give them a signal about where this explosive device is going to be taken. It's, oh my lord, that's a lot of damage. JW chunked down to 9, but he lives to fight another day. His time's still ticking. It does look like VP are looking a little bit more towards that B site again.
Yeah, but they have really good control now over the map. You see Pasha, they're very good position. Bialy just waiting, task moving forward as well. But yeah, it does look to be yet another B round, but a B split now.
I think Pronax is ready, as are the crowd for this one, because you have to see that the battle for intel is going on towards A ramp. Olaf and Crims are pushing through, and they're going to realize as now the push does begin. Pronax with the flashes ready. There's 2 very blind poles, and they're both dead! Pronax with a beautiful double, and now 3 more remain. Made 2 by Flusher and Pronax, as the bodies keep dropping, and now all onto Pasha. Let's see how far that positioning can get him. 1 so far. And just 10 seconds. He needs to get that bomb down if he wants to hope at this round. I think he realizes that he just wants to catch 1 on the exit. And this is going to be another one for Fnatic.
Yeah, wow. Flush us anti-flash there for Pronax. And well, it was actually Pronax flash as well. Getting a double just saved them completely. And you see that's Pronax's favorite spot. He just stands there every single round just waiting for them. If the Molotov comes, he just falls back and rotates back. But yeah, great job by Pronax. It was actually looking really good until this happened for VP. Getting a 3rd one here as well on Catwalk.
Just beautifully done. Pronax able to even assist as they pushed up of the Catwalk there, being able to single out those 2. But as said, 3-3 now. Virtus.pro now lacking a hell of a lot of weaponry down to, Glocks, P250s, a Deagle. Of course, Pasha did manage to keep that AK in place, so might be able to do something with that. But we are seeing JW now with that orb. Keeping eyes towards mid. He's going to be challenged out. Pasha gets denied. And that's that rifle gone. But could see Neo try and recover that one. Taz going to take a hit as well. And already Virtus.pro looking a little weak here.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that buy there for Pasha. I mean, just full on save instead and just make sure you have the weapons for it instead. Because right now, instead, because Pasha bought, he has no money. He has $400. Actually, no, sorry. He saved the weapon. Yeah. My apologies. But yeah, nonetheless, there will be a buy coming in from Virtus.pro the next round here. It's just that Pasha probably has to just stick with the Tech 9.
Yeah, Neo, though, did manage to pick up that AK from mid, the one that Pasha's hands just couldn't keep hold of, but now it's just Neo and Flusher will take him out of this one. So Fnatic starting to build back into the game now. 3 in a row, starting to look a little better overall.
Yeah, and for VP now, you see here, like I was saying, they will have a full buy. It's just Pasha deciding what he actually wants to go for here. But chances are it will just be a Tech 9 full armor and a bunch of nades. P250, making sure he has the Molotov. Okay, I do like this approach, though.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do with that one. Of course, a little lacking overall, but it's still Pasha. We'll have to wait and see. However, on the other side of things, Fnatic getting fairly well set at this point, starting to build up a nice bit of economy. And the T side slowing things down a little bit. No one really rushing anywhere. But so far, your thoughts on Virtus.pro? Are they starting to slow down? Are they starting to build into this game? Or is it still a little too early to see their overall form?
I mean, right now, they're just defaulting in mid. And you can see for Fnatic there, they actually have a very good approach to VP because they know they really like to take mid control. And they're just letting them have it. Because as long as they have the site, it doesn't really matter if they have mid.
And already that's the opener. That's Pronax down. A presence removed away from Catwalk. And you can see exactly where Snax and New are waiting. Pasha's starting to add some control here. And the T side is starting to infiltrate this map. And Crims is going to be quite the pivotal point here. Just on the other side. Crims now gets a glimpse. And of course he'll take the shot. That's Neo down. He knows there's another. He can't handle it. But Bialy comes in as well. A's now open, excluding JW. Can he hold on to this? He's got Flusher as well on the rotate. Pasha already watching that though. That could be the stopping point there. But JW takes the shot. He tags up Taz. Oh, but the bomb's going down. He can't stop it. Bomb planted. Flusher and JW now against 4. And already Pasha catching a glimpse. Flusher spraying into it. This shouldn't be able to be won. JW's down. It's just down to Flusher here. 1v4. This should not happen. And time is obviously against him. He will find Snax, but I think that's all she wrote.
Yeah, great round by VP, just spreading out, making sure that they have map control, and it actually paid off this round for them. When they do that, when Fnatic just lets them have that, and they have all of mid. They can go up catwalk, they can take window room, they can go up connector, just spread out completely. And they caught Pronax off guard perfectly there, leaving this only flush up in the B bomb side, forcing a rotation from Fnatic, and then vyali with yet another frag. So yeah, great round. And now it's to the point now where, yeah, Fnatic can still buy if they want to. A little bit of, it's not really a force buy, they can still buy, it's just you have to drop a Famas or two. But yeah, just this one round, maybe perhaps pushing mid, making sure that VP knows that they can't just take mid for free.
And you can see what Fnatic are kind of responding with. It's not going to be great. It's JW, of course, completely unarmored. And he's the one peeking mid, doesn't even need an AWP, and he's got so much confidence there. Talk about no respect. He's throwing out his Molotov and his nade, trying to force Pasha out into the open, and it doesn't look like it's going to be happening as of yet.
Yeah, this is a really good fake from VP. Just making sure that they're faking up mid, that they're going to take mid control, but you see here they're going actually A here, and they do have the smoke sport, so we will see a major smoke round coming in.
This is going to be the first real major push on towards A we've seen from Virtus.pro, and Crims already says why they shouldn't have pushed in. That's 3 from Crims from stairs. He's making that place his home, and now all onto Taz, who's trying to back away through the smoke. And I think Crims has got a little gift for him at the top of ramp, charging back through. Taz struggles to make an impact, and that could not have been neater from Fnatic.
Yeah, and if VP would have actually just pushed up A 5 seconds earlier, then they would have had a much better chance of actually taking the bomb site. But when they realized that there was actually no one mid, there was just one on top of mid, you saw Crims actually rotating back towards the A bomb site, and JW rotated back as well, because there was no point in taking over there, and they probably know the tendency that VP has when they only see this max one person mid. They will probably end up going A.
All right, and while obviously, as you can see, just P250s and a smoke on Snags, we have to point out the fact that Flusher is already on 15-3. This guy is playing massively for Fnatic at the moment. I guess get a little riled up here very early on. And once again, Virtus.pro taking over mid, looking to see if they can get something out of the back of it.
Yeah, again, now it's just up to Fnatic, just making sure that they don't just end up giving up easy kills.
Yeah, JW's just going to slap Taz back down, but actually Snack's going to break through towards Catwalk, does get to retrieve that AK as well, switches it up to vyali. Neo finds Crims. This isn't so simple. They're starting to dwindle in numbers, Fnatic. They should be able to pull this back into favor, but Virtus.pro aren't going down without a fight.
Yeah, now it's just about VP just sticking together now. Again, they don't have any armor. They do have 2 AKs, 2 P250s, and 1 smoke, but again, no armor. They need to do this, even though they're ahead 4-on-3, but they need to stick together, get that one more frag, and perhaps save their side.
Oh my god, Pronax is in the perfect place there. He's going to find one. That's the bomb. He knows he's in a great little spot now. Got to be cautious, got to be careful, and the bomb, I think, does get... Oh, Neo does pick it up this time. Does get away as well. Quickly turns tail and gets hell out of there, but Olaf found Pasha. He's down in mid now. Neo surrounded on all fronts. JW peering in from window, and you can see Olaf just off towards the side. Pronax finds Neo. There was nothing he could do there. They just surrounded them.
Yeah, smart play from Pronax. He's got the initial bomb. He doesn't really need to have an eye on the bomb, because you have JW in mid, and Olaf Mice was actually just peeking towards catwalk. And since the bomb dropped, he kind of knew that, well, he was on his way towards B, so probably chances are the rest of the Virtus.pro members are just circulating around the catwalk area.
Keeping things neat and tidy then, Fnatic, after the initial panic instilled by Snacks and Neo's openers. Now, though, where does this one take VP? A little bit of a shaky one, Tech9 and Galil for them, but Fnatic completely geared up and ready to hold this one out once again. Rinse and repeat for VP as they try and see something, but in the meantime, Olaf just charges into Palace and demands to be respected like royalty. Crims, fortunately, does trade it out. And now again, it's every single time they get that mid control, but where can they build from there?
They have so much space to work with, because it forces JW to play very defensive. You see here, he's just circling around the window room through a smoke, and right now it leaves Crims in a very awkward situation, all alone on A.
However, things are going popped at the moment. Flush and Pasha trading it out, and it does look like it's going to be a 3v2. Oh, Pasha with a double to keep things level. The bomb's loose, but vyali and Crims are about to butt heads on sight. vyali, I think his spidey senses are tingling. He knows there's going to be a CT around here somewhere. But Crims just standing vigilant on the balcony. He's backing away. vyali on a retrieval mission now, and his scouting found nothing. In the meantime, Pasha finds his third. That's crucial. And now it all comes down to Crims, who stood still for about 40 seconds.
Yeah, and Crims was the one who got a kill in Palace, so they know that. And vyali, it was so close. If he just moved out a little bit more inches straight up, Crims would have got him, and then the ball would have been down, and it would have been a round loss for VP. Right now, 2-on-1 situation, and Crims knows that they're probably not going to end up hitting A.
15 seconds as well, plenty of time for them to get that bomb down, and Crims realizes what he's got to do. He's challenge is laid in front of him, 2-5. Pasha hungry for his 4th frag of the round. And here comes Crims, looking to mount 2 extra heads on his wall. Viali and Pasha standing in his way. Pasha's holding the perfect angle, that's 4, and that's going to be another round for Virtus.pro. Majority off the back of just 1 man.
Yeah, and shame for JW is probably going to scratch his head there, thinking, why did not a single up shot that I hit on, that I was shooting at Pasha hit? Flusha went down, and JW was still strafing, trying to kill him off, and by then he gave up. You saw he picked up the pistol, tried to kill Pasha instead, and Pasha with an amazing 4-kill, VP playing a very calm and collected for this one particular round. Again, that's why you take mid control, because you can put Pasha in that window room there, and he can do so much work.
Really can, being such a linchpin for the Virtus.pro side in this round. But as you can see, Fnatic not ideally set here. We've got the scout in play for Flusha. Fair bit of utility still to be worked with, but let's see what they can do. Flusha's going to have the chance. Neo says no, that's a deny coming in from Catwalk, and once again, Virtus.pro starting to gain control here. But there's still Crims, there's still Olaf, and well, already Crims makes his mark into this round. Bomb is now loose. He knows where it is, but Snags straight through. Oh my God, Crims are right next to each other. How the hell is he still alive? Finally, Pasha finds him. And now 4 players from Virtus.pro taking over the A site. JW will shut down Snags. He had the bomb. Now Olaf and JW have to keep control, but Pasha around the back comes in again, being such an important factor here. And now JW and Pronax just out of this one.
Pasha again, getting in the window room, doing so much work, and just putting so much pressure on Fnatic, and right now they don't have an answer to it.
They really need to find one fast. If they keep losing Cat, you know, with Neo picking up that first shot, it's going to spiral, but look at this play. They're not going down without trying this one. JW sneaking his way in. Time is ticking. Pronax finds Viali. It's a 2v2. Pasha against JW. Look at this. This could get so close, but time is running out. JW finds Pasha, but the time is of the essence. Taz can walk away proud that another round is going on the board for Virtus.pro, keeping it toe-to-toe, 6-6.
Yeah, and VP, again, now they took mid fast instead. They had a very fast approach. Instead of just taking over mid, going into window room, taking their sweet time, did the same thing now, but instead you have Neo. Neo actually did a mistake. He had the bomb, ended up going down in connector, but then you had Snacks right after. And by then, Pasha was already down the window, flanking Crims as well. And yeah, that just opens up the site so much. So they just tried something fast there, 2 in connector, and it worked out again.
Now what's intriguing is they're doing almost the same thing, but this time with a limited economy. Look at Olafmeister, he's trying to catch one out of Palace. Little does he know there's a swarm of them. Taz makes it neat and tidy, finds the head of Olaf. And now, surely that should be the sign of good things to come for the A site, but instead, they start to reverse. They're backing things up, and that's a very smart move.
Yeah, extremely smart, because Pasha saw the drop from Catwalk into connector, so he instantly calls like, okay, one more. And he knows that JW and Crims, they always play around the window and connector area, so very smart play by VP, but you see her again, they're actually rotating back.
Yeah, they're playing around those 2 weapons. They know there is an AWP and an M4 in place. Olaf just had the USP. And JW, he's not going to be finding too much in mid. It's all onto the M4 of Pronax at this point. Readying himself for the onslaught. JW is there to provide a backbone for this defense. And it looks like Virtus.pro are about to challenge. Pasha does take down Crims, but the rifle's still standing. What can Fnatic do? JW answers with the frag onto Pasha, but how much more? The bomb not going to be going down without a fight. It's a second for JW. Now it's a 3v3. And this unarmored kind of side play from Fnatic. You only have those 2 weapons, and they're still fragging JW. That's 3. Now all onto Neo and Taz. Just take the rifle out of Pronax's hands, and so JW looking for more blood, and it looks like he might find it, Neo. That is beautiful, and Flusha, just with the M4 left, realizes that this is not looking likely, as Virtus.pro can just play that time down.
I wouldn't put it past him. It's Flusha, but then again, Neo.
Wow. Yeah.
Big round from him.
Yeah, JW with a triple kill, Neo with a return triple kill, and it was looking very bad for Virtus.pro. Even though they had the bomb site, they didn't have any smokes to cover off the bomb plan, so that's why you saw Olafmeister just strafing away. They couldn't really plan towards CT spawn, and they didn't have connector. It was only by the time when Olafmeister actually went down, but that's when JW came in to play, and that's when they knew that, okay, it's clear connector, we can actually plan safe.
Right, so going into this round again, 6-7, Virtus.pro starting to take the lead. Neo still with the AWP, JW not able to get that back in his hands. This man is still very, very potent with those rifles. We'll have to wait and see once again. Virtus.pro focusing towards mid to start with.
Yeah, extremely smart. I mean, Fnatic, right now, this is the first time they actually try something.
Yeah, they're finally trying to get that early control back again, but Neo says, no, that's 2 players down from short. They know that Pronax and Flusher have been pivotal to that B site. Taz is already considering it. JW, Krims, and Olaf, the last 3 standing for Fnatic, and this is starting to look like a bit of a dangerous scoreline for Virtus.pro if they get this round.
Yeah, look, Virtus.pro, again, is playing it so good. Again, you just base it off the people that's currently alive, and just making a smart call here. And you see, they're just running out. They know, okay, well, it's pretty much clear. Let's just get the bomb down.
So smart, and they're playing perfectly, leaving Snacks controlling mid as well, not allowing any easy play coming back in. Krims will find him, however, but JW and Krims know this is not going pretty for them this round. They're already turning tail and running, even though Olaf is still trying to make something out of it.
Yeah, just looking at their money, they're not going to be able to buy next round, and since the time is ticking away on the bomb, just be safe here and save the 3 weapons that you do have. But yeah, again, Fnatic actually did try to do something else here, just trying to contest mid a little bit. Instead of just pushing straight up mid, they actually came from catwalk, and by then VP just had, again, really just had full mid control, ending up with Pronax and Flusha both dead. You saw their full rotate coming from VP, just falling all the way back to T-spawn, running into B, and they just got it for free. And by the time they got the bomb down, it was way too late for Fnatic to even try to contest the bomb sites.
Let's see what Virtus.pro can do from here. Let's get a quick reminder, of course, from Katowice 2015. The score was 16-8 on this very map. If VP pick up another round, they will have already started to break what they started in Katowice. Now, Olaf, what's he doing here? Trying to mix things up. He knows that they try and seize control of mid, and he's going to be looking to catch them off guard, but this time, VP have other plans.
Yeah, look at this, VP. Again, reading the game so well. You see Fnatic trying to contest middle, and then VP they're just playing with Fnatic's minds right now. Look at the rotation coming in from Fnatic, and VP just falls back.
They are keeping them guessing, and I say they, of course, being led by Taz at the helm in this major. And now let's see, as they do start their onslaught on towards the B defense, JW and Pronax. We saw what Pronax could do. Let's see if he can do it again. Just a FAMAS in hand this time as Flusher is there to guide his hand. Fortunately, JW is not long for this world as Pasha finds the frag. But look at Olaf from behind. It could be beautiful, but Taz is too damn good. Finds that frag somehow. And it comes down to Flusher, who actually clears out the presence on A. Pronax again, and Fnatic, they're still in this one. And the bomb's going somewhere else.
Yeah, they gave up on the idea when they I think they realized that when JW started shooting, because they have Flush and JW shooting as well, they kind of realized that, well, maybe they didn't really read our fake or catch our fake. So and they're falling back instead, just leave one member trying to still keep faking. But now it's looking very grim for VP.
They just don't have the time to work with, quite simply.
And no nades.
No nades, no utility, you're absolutely right. And I mean, it would be a miracle if they were allowed to get this bomb down at this point.
Yeah, and Krims is very smart right now. You see, he's not even peeking. He's just waiting for the bomb plant to start ticking, because you have Flush on catwalk as well, so they don't have a safe place to plant.
Then again, Taz on to Flush, and they need to get this bomb down. He's going to have to be punching the digits now. It all comes down to Taz to babysit. He gets it! Oh, it's beautiful! And now all onto Pronax. 5 points of health to work with, and Virtus.pro have made an impossible round. Something else, Taz! What was that? 4 frags! And the in-game leader from Virtus.pro reawakens the hope for the Polish side.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I thought that the round was over when Olaf Meister actually flanked the B hallway instead of Taz with a massive kill, ended up falling back. It looked like a round loss when they rotated back to A, because Flush, again, he was on catwalk. Krims was in CT spawn. There was really no safe plant, no way to plant for VP. Flush ends up going down, and as soon as Krims peak, Taz is just ready for it, ends up killing him as well. Overall, great half by VP. It felt like they really had a good understanding on how Fnatic likes to play, and they took their advantage, just taking over mid every single round, just leaving Fnatic quite speechless into what they actually should do here. Falling defensive didn't work. Going aggressive didn't work. And by the time that Fnatic actually tried to do something different, VP just either smoked around A or went towards B or even faked it. That was overall great half by VP, and it actually looks to me like this is the VP from Katowice last year.
Exceptional performance throughout this already, but I just want to see them keep this going. Fnatic, they're still so strong at pulling these games back. They're not a team that'll let it get to them, but then again, Virtus.pro have the crowd, they have the fans, they have everything they need here. And let's see if they can keep it going. Of course, this is the first half in a best of 3. This is something new here for these boys. They have to keep this up.
Now, for Flaren, you said, of course, the Virtus.pro are looking like that of old. But Fnatic dropped 4 rounds in groups. They, too, look like those defending champions. They have been in top form, both as individuals and as a unit.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked so my main concern when VP picked Mirage, like I was saying right before the game, was I hope that they did not pick this map just because Fnatic looked somewhat weak on it versus Luminosity. Coming into this game now, just obviously they have a very good approach to how they actually want to play against Fnatic, and we'll just see now. Hopefully they actually have something on their seat side as well, because by no means is Fnatic a bad T-side of the Mirage team.
No, and I do have to point out, though, Olaf having a really quiet game here. Not a player to shy away from the big stage normally, but only 2 kills throughout that first half. But ladies and gents, we are back in this one. Virtus.pro 9 rounds on the board, Fnatic with 6. But as said, do not count these boys out. They have fought back harder and from larger deficits than this. But already, Fnatic eyes set towards B. To start with, at least, and there's 3 players waiting for them.
Yeah, this is the same round that they actually did versus Luminosity, where Pronax is faking towards B, Molotoving in, and they're heading towards A. Exactly the same round they did versus Luminosity.
Yeah, it's going to be Taz waiting in connector, though. He's going to be the one to at least see 2 players pushing through underpass. He's going to get the tag towards one. Information now being poured in. Snax has joined in. Bialy closing the net as well. But Taz fighting JW has kicked this one off perfectly. But Pronax is still waiting here. Olaf's got control of A. Fnatic are out, but Snax a stunner on the run. Takes out Olaf. Now 3 remain for the T side. And Pash is not falling for this. He's just caught a glimpse of Ackrock, I think. Bialy found Pronax. They know what's up here. Virtus.pro might just be on the cusp of picking this one up and starting to run away with this game.
Yeah, a great read by BP once again. When Pronax tried to fake towards the B area, they had 2 guys running underpass. VP was just so fast on just helping each other in the mid area, not leaving any room for Fnatic to work with, just shutting them down completely. And a 3 kill for Bialy, and he was the main guy there for VP on the pistol round.
That's a big step further into this round, into this half. As Taz is the one to be calling a pause for thought, potentially. We'll see off the back of that one, as they know they're going to be going up against the Fnatic boys with a potential second round by... Bomb didn't go down?
No, it did not, and we will see, I think we are seeing an on pause right away. It sounded like it.
It sounded like it was coming back.
We'll have to wait and see.
Okay, either way though, that's a solid start for Virtus.pro, and you can see their buy coming in as well.
Yeah,
they're looking to shred them.
Yeah, and for the people that may not be able to see, they actually have 4 SMGs right now on their seat side for Virtus.pro and 1 rifle only on Snax. So we might be looking into a very aggressive approach from VP, even on their seat side anti-eco.
So now I have to ask you the question. At the start of this game, the analysis, while this one just gets back started, said you might see Virtus.pro pick up 1 map and then probably Fnatic come back in. Now we've seen Virtus.pro's form to Fnatic's. Do you still stick with that, or do you think this could actually be even closer, if not maybe Virtus.pro's favor?
I mean, right now, we still have this 1 half to go with, and I'm just going to leave that thought for later. We might have... Okay, they just stopped. Yeah, we'll see. Somewhat, it's going to be probably a B-split here. Just having all of Meister and Crims run. But yeah, we're going to have to wait and see how VP actually does on their seat side. But keep in mind, this is actually their map pick, and they should actually be having a very good side here.
So, let's see what this stack of terrorists can do. 3 of the 5 looking to emerge through B apps, and they're going to do so in full force. Pasha is in the perfect position to just neutralize this threat. Olafmeister picks up his 3rd frag of the game, and the bodies are going to start piling up. All too easy, all onto Pronax to go down. That's 4 for Pasha. And Virtus.pro, another day in the office as they laugh that one off, and that's going to be a second comfortable round for Virtus.pro in the second half.
I mean, Pasha was actually stuck on the bomb side. Fnatic just dove right into trying to plant the bomb. You see here, look at this. It's like, okay, 180, I'm scared. Where are they? Okay, Jill, here we go. But yeah, 4 kill for Pasha, and they actually chose to take it very defensively. It worked out. They did get Fnatic did manage to get the bomb down though, so we'll see a full buy coming in.
Virtus.pro still sticking with 2 P90s. SMGs all across the board. 2 rifles this time at least. And look at Bialy straight away. Going to take this one on him. Massive play from Bialy, kicking this round off. He goes down, but Neo recovers the airport. Oh, he's out of bullets. He gets away alive though. But now JW fancies his chances, and why not? He sprays down, gets one, but Snax not letting it get ahead of him. This is Virtus.pro just locking down Fnatic.
Yeah, I mean, and they're helping each other out so good as well. Obviously, very good job by Bialy there. double kill in the beginning, and then by the time Neo went down, Snax was straight on there just to try and reply.
Oh, and lurking once again is the P90 of death in the hands of Pasha. Already claimed enough, but he wanted more. 2 on the board, and Virtus.pro denying the rifle round coming in for Fnatic here.
Yeah, I mean, Pasha Biceps obviously playing amazing. He's been actually very solid throughout this whole game, and I gotta point out as well, obviously he is the hard carry right now, but overall for the whole team are playing in such a remarkable fashion. Just the teamwork overall for Virtus.pro right now is insane.
It's just the synergy between them. You can't pick up a kill without someone else at least being there. The exchanges are perfect. This one's already looking like a good start.
We've played together for so long. I mean, that's you have to remember. And look at this. There's just that beautiful cheer from the audience as every frag comes in. It's just wave after wave of noise here in the Lanxess Arena. As Pronax is the last to fall. Taz making it look easy with 3. And now Virtus.pro are so dangerously close to picking up 16.
Yeah, and I mean, like Paz was saying before, Olofmeister with a very quiet game so far, and obviously this is one of the main reasons why Fnatic are not really showing up, because Olofmeister, obviously, arguably one of the best players in the world, if not the best player in the world, he's not on the server right now, and it's clearly showing. VP are just rushing them down.
Look at that. It's quite similar to what we saw from VP, actually. That kind of heavy presence towards mid, but then they back away, change their mind, and Bialy's doing exactly the same thing again. Is he going to get away with this? How far he's going to push? I think that AWP shot is going to be enough of a warning for him to back on the hell out of there and wait for Fnatic to come to them.
Yeah, extremely scared Fnatic. It's a good idea though, because right now they should realize that VP is playing so aggressive. Just calm down a little bit, play defensive, let them come to you, and then when they're not, then you can actually start to approach and take some map control.
Now, where does Neo go from here? 1 frag so far this half. He's been relatively quiet. He's going to miss that AWP shot. Whistles between the legs of JW. He lives to fight another day. Going from here, though, 50 seconds, and T-side are going to be locked out from smokes. That's going to be giving them a little bit of cover to enable them to try and gather some control through short, but Neo is not going to move an inch. Still stacked up. Neo is the only one being tested so far, but he's going to be happy to back away and find a comfortable spot towards B. As time starting to become a bit of a factor here for Fnatic, and you can hear as the time ticks down with every second, the Virtus.pro cheers are getting louder, as it does look like they're about to start formatting that push. Where can they go in this round already? Health bars are going low, but oh my god, so are Fnatic. That's 3, that's 4, and this buy from Fnatic is dashed by Virtus.pro. 14, and they are starting with a bang here in Cologne.
Yeah, and Fnatic, they actually look very broken. I mean, just looking at how they're playing right now, Olaf is not showing up. JW, I don't think I've seen him miss so many op shots in a very long time. Even on their CT side, you saw the Pasha in the winter room there. JW missing like 4 shots and then forcing to use the pistol, ending up going down. Here you see as well, JW trying to search for a peek, ends up missing 3 somewhat easier frags on the B bomb side, and then it just fell apart for Fnatic.
So far, Fnatic are being obliterated by Virtus.pro here, and such an important round coming up, of course. Virtus.pro on 14 to the mere 6 of Fnatic. 1 more, and they're getting towards that map point marker. Great way to start off this game, of course. The semi-finals here. And the major flusher, though, already starting to go looking. They're desperate for a round, Fnatic. They need to break this confidence, but already Neo kicking this one off with a bang, and Taz finds Flusher. This is perfect play from Virtus.pro as Olaf, Pronax, and JW, the last 3 alive. JW only with a CZ. Olaf just standing out in mid, flashed up, and every single angle contains a player. He denies, snacks the chance. But there's still Bialy, and there's still Neo.
Yeah, 3-on-4 situation, and Fnatic, you see here, it's actually JW very, very aggressive in the B hallway here. Oh man. And they are actually rotating opponents as well.
Oh, JW leaps out of the window. It's not going to be Pasha to find him. It will be Bialy, and Bialy comes up with 2. It's down to Pronax, and he's put to bed Virtus.pro on 15 rounds to 6 against Fnatic as the crowd stands up. 1 more round, and first map goes to Virtus.pro.
Yeah, and Bialy, he was actually very quiet on the T side. It was mainly Pasha that did work there. Switching over to the CT side, Bialy has been on fire. Triple on pistol round, just massive massive overall, very massive performance, just keeping B shut down completely. And Fnatic, yeah, look at it, yeah, they bought AKs, they don't have anything. It's gonna have to be a very fast round here.
Yeah, the defense from the VP boys has made B no longer an option. You can see all 5 setting their sights on A, and they're picking up the pace. This could very well be the end for Fnatic. Snacks starts it, Taz looks to finish. Oh man, that's 2. Olaf finally finds another. Now all onto that man. He needs 4 in this round to secure victory for his team. And he has plenty of time to do it, but that bomb is nowhere near. As the mountain he has to climb to secure this round. And Virtus.pro 1 frag away, 69 points of health away from a first map win in the semi-finals.
Yeah, and there's no way that VP is giving up this round.
Absolutely no way, it's Bialy! He picks up the frag, and Virtus.pro have already done one better than the previous major. It was a 2-0 stomp last year, and already they demonstrate they are going to make this comfortable. 16-6 is our first map score.
Yeah, and overall, I feel like VP just massively outclassed Fnatic this whole map, and it's going to be extremely fun to see now what will actually happen on Fnatic's map pick. It's going to be Inferno, and if VP continues like this, Fnatic's going to be out.
Let's be honest, this looks like the Virtus.pro that can go on to win majors as well. I think if they keep this up, Envy are going to be watching with some real trepidation going into that final game. But still, let's bear in mind, this seems a lot like there's that 6th man on that Virtus.pro team. This whole crowd has been on their feet through that entire game. So for me, I've got to say, that was an outstanding beginning for those boys.
It seems like no matter where they are, no matter what arena they are in, no matter what country they are in, there is support for Virtus.pro. And Fnatic, they're going to be looking to kind of get the crowd on their side as they go into the second map. We're going to take a quick break, but when we're back, we'll be going into our second map, and we'll also hear what the desk has to say.
Keep the energy up as VP leads 1-0 in the second semi-final. We have Taz on stage right now. If you guys just caught him, he is hyping up the crowd. He's like, we just won. Like I said, we're only actually looking at the final. I don't need to warm up for the semi. Get it on, guys. Let's talk about that one. On Mirage, I mean, Fnatic didn't show up.
No, they didn't, for sure. And this is the hard part about analyzing Virtus.pro. You can go in and you can talk about statistics, you can talk about a lot of different things. Yep. But when they go into this mode, nothing counts anymore because it's just ridiculous what they can perform.
Absolutely. Like, just to touch on Fnatic as well, we've got Olaf Meister, the world's best player. We've got 5 frags in that entire map, right? So it's showing that they're not on form today. And that first map, you have to favour VP there. Taz especially, kicking off, playing so well. So many big frags, working perfectly in his clutch moments as well. Really impressive stuff from them.
Yeah, and we've got fans everywhere right now for VP running around this stadium. Moses, talk to us about that map a little bit. I mean, I'm starting to think we're living in a different world. The logic's starting to break down with VP going 7-0 in that second half on the CT side.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was a time when Virtus.pro was the best team in the world on Mirage. And that's the thing, you guys brought it up, that Virtus Plow, normally it's like a diesel engine, right? It's got to like heat up a little bit. Yeah. You got to let it go a couple rounds, and then it just explodes. This time it just comes out already revving up, and it just starts out from round 1 and it goes on. I mean, that was just a dominant display, but Fnatic is that team that's so much in their toolbox. The big thing, Olaf Meister's got to show up. He's got to play well in this final, because being the best player in the world over the past, we've mentioned that there have been some cracks in Fnatic over the past 2 months that we've seen here and there, and Olaf being so good for that through that span has kind of masked those issues coming to light. And I think, and Olaf not showing up there, they just crumbled underneath it.
The thing is, not only he didn't show up, but he was insanely underperforming. 5 kills, 22
across
rounds.
the whole map. That's not one half.
Yeah,
the whole map.
This is what he normally gets after 1 or 2 rounds during the game.
Yeah.
That's just absurd. But going into Inferno, talking about Virtus.pro in general, we have to say that they haven't been playing it that much recently. what we do know is that they played very good against NIP yesterday. But we also know that NIP has been playing kind of the same playstyle for a long time. Even Fifi was addressing how the entire playstyle was going to be built up by NIP. So Virtus.pro clearly was knowing that. Normally the deadly duo of Crims and Olaf on that B bomb side. You have this stronghold of Flusher, JW and Pronox and A. It's the deadly combination. And Virtus.pro needs to keep this momentum going. And with the crowd cheering for them this way, it could very likely happen.
Well, they're going to be starting CT now as well.
Yeah.
Inferno, so they're going to continue. That's what I was talking about. That CT side is the stronghold, it's the fortress, right? So if they can continue that momentum up and carry it on into the next map, why not? The way the crowd are reacting to every round they're winning, that is going to...
Smoked off. They play very aggressively right behind the smokes. They don't want any. They want to give anyone space to even run through them, and that's going to be interesting to see how Fnatic handles that and if they're prepared for it. Because you have those players like Olaf who, if he doesn't show up, that's an issue of its own. But even playing against that defense, him and JW getting aggressive, they're going to run into some problems.
Exactly, and one of the things is on the terror side of Fnatic, they often have Flusher just trying to build up this control over Banana. We saw yesterday Neo AWPing on this position a lot, so for Flusher to try and draw the attention and get Virtus.pro to use the smokes in this area is going to be very difficult if he's going to be alone.
Well, that's one of the things I've always said VP are the best in the world at doing, especially on CT side Inferno. They can lock out T sides and read them so well. They don't allow them to have any control, just based on their utility play as well. Once they get momentum and get money in their favor, they utilize the Molotovs and the smoke grenades, locking out T-sides. They don't fall for any fakes. They actually wait until the perfect moment to drop them and force the T-sides to go to positions they don't necessarily want to as well. So if they can carry on the fragging form they're in right now, and the clever clutch play as well. We saw so many close moments. They just timed everything perfectly. And that round by Taz as well, when he was just crawling around the CT spawning, 5 seconds left, like Krim's waiting to get the kill. Taz is just on point everywhere he went. It was really amazing to watch. So I can't wait to see how this series unfold. Obviously, Fnatic need to step up now and need to find the big players.
Yeah, as we're getting set up here for that second map, I want to ask, because, whether it's sports or any competition, momentum is always a factor, but in CS, we have another factor called the maps, right? You have the map choices. You get to kind of reset a little bit. You have your choice now going in as Fnatic. Moses, do you expect to see Fnatic take us all to a third map here?
Yeah, I do. I said I thought before this best 3 started that Virtus.pro would win the first map and then Fnatic the next 2. I'm not going to go away from that, although maybe perhaps not as confident about it after that display. But yeah, this is a great map for Fnatic, and if they're going to stop Virtus.pro, if they're going to get us to a third map, it'd be on this one.
All right, well, it is going to be Inferno, ladies and gentlemen. Will we see Virtus.pro continuing and taking a 2-0 against Fnatic and going to the finals themselves, or is Fnatic going to fight for another chance to go for that back-to-back major title? Let's find out in the second game with Pansy, Faflaren, and Machine.
Thanks very much, Will. Good to hear Henry talking about Virtus.pro dominance on that CT side, and we're going to be seeing, hopefully, some more of that as they are going to be starting on the defensive side. You see that then, you saw the form of which they were on Mirage on that defensive side for Flareon. How do you feel this first one's going to shape up?
I mean, for Fnatic, it's not like Fnatic has ever played in from behind before, and then obviously Olafmeister, I think he just needs some fresh air, come back, and again, just basing off the crowd, right? Like Fnatic, they're used to being the not the crowd favorite, but used to being, getting yelled at, booed at. You saw even at DreamHack they get that. It's just as of late, the past DreamHack, where they started getting a few cheers. So they used them playing throughout this pressure, and I actually think that it benefits Fnatic, because then they get a little bit riled up. It's like, okay, well, we don't really care what the fans think here in the arena. We're just going to play and we're going to win for ourselves, because we are the ones with a lot of money in our pockets, right? For Virtus.pro now, like I was referring them to the old VP during Katowice last year, and one thing that they have going for them is that they don't care. That's the main bottom line, is that they don't care. They show no respect to Fnatic. They're just running around. They're being extremely aggressive, and they do it together, which is the main issue, or which is the main concern for Fnatic. Because normally VP, they haven't really played this kind of playstyle as of late, because it hasn't been working out for them right after the major. They started falling off a little bit again, because people started reading them how they have to actually counter their very aggressive play, and then all of a sudden you saw a massive change in playstyles, and then right now again we're back to the very aggressive VP approach.
And here we go then, Virtus.pro off the back of victory on Mirage. Could they do it in 2? Could we see Fnatic fall flat in the semi-finals? it would feel odd to see after such its astounding form in the earlier stages of this tournament. And of course, prior. Now here we go into the action. Lauren, why don't you take us away with the pistol?
Well, it won't be me to take it away. It's probably going to be Snacks more than anything. He's going to have the vast opportunity here. Already 3 players from Fnatic starting to look towards that B site, but the smokes are going to hinder it, slow it down. And that's not where the bomb's going. But look at this. Look at these guys. They're reading them like a goddamn book. Taz waiting, Bialy waiting, JW and Flusher are going to be in trouble here. And here we go. Taz and Bialy locking down again. But here comes the cavalry. Fnatic are not letting this one slip just yet. Bialy tucked in. Taz got his side as well. This is so difficult for Fnatic. And again, Olaf finally gets the shot up, but Taz going to try and avenge his fallen teammate. He does just that, as once again, the bomb is loose. Fnatic are surrounded. Snacks, Taz, Neo, close it down. And Virtus.pro have just bought that Fnatic book and read it cover to cover.
Yeah, and again, VP's, yeah, like you're saying, they're reading Fnatic. And I actually it would be fun to see if Fnatic used the same pistol round the previous game throughout this tournament. Because you saw that on Mirage, on their T side, they used the exact same pistol strat coming into Inferno. You saw there, they were just waiting. They didn't care about the B fake, they're just waiting. And Taz, the main thing there, triple kill, and he stayed alive.
Virtus.pro had the luxury of watching Fnatic win 16-2 up against Navi on this very map. And maybe, just maybe, you're right. Fnatic not struggling to keep things fresh in their pistols. We'll see. As they have managed to equip themselves with some pistols and armor into the second round. Let's see how far that gets them. As again, they do seize apartment control. But how much further can they push this before meeting the wall of Virtus.pro? Taz and Bialy, they had that crossfire in apps, now setting themselves up just a little further back, receding into the site. I'm going to give them just a little bit more freedom.
Yeah, and you see there the 2 smokes and 2 flashbangs on Fnatic. They are approaching the A bomb site. Flusher is just holding just in case VP decides to push. But Neo has full control of Banana. You see there Snacks is in CT's bomb, ready to help out the VP members on the A bomb site when they choose to go there.
The crowd's getting excited because they know what's about to go down. The calm before the storm. And that storm is stacking up towards CT Arch. Here they come, Fnatic sweeping around towards A. But VP struggling to answer. Then again, Snacks is there. Here come the frags. Pasha and Snacks doing it all as Bialy from the balcony finds 2. And Fnatic, they just hit the wall.
Yeah. Again, massively shut down. As soon as Pasha saw the smoke coming over towards the pit area, he just instantly rotated over to the A bomb site because he knew that, okay, Snacks was holding him anyway. So by the time Snacks actually got a kill, and then he just called to Pasha. It's like, okay, 2 more jumped over, but be sure to just clean out the short area first and then just fall. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Like, they're reading them like a book.
They were already double stacking CT Arch as well. They already had 2 players sitting in that little cubby corner. And again, this aggressive play down mid. This should be super clean. They shouldn't lose out much. And again, this is Virtus.pro straight up into the face of Fnatic. And it's a beautiful sight to see in anyone's books. Bearing in mind, Pronax is renowned as one of the best in-game leaders at reading the opponents, getting in their heads. And it must be a strange feeling knowing that Virtus.pro are completely in yours.
Yeah, and this is the same approach that NIP had on their Inferno game, where they know that they put their opponent on an eco, and instead of just holding back, just making sure they're playing it aggressive, and it shows the opponents that we don't care, we're not going to show any respect, and it's like more of a tilt fashion as well. It's like, oh, they're not even letting us do anything on this. And again, they only have blocks. So overall, again, aggressive play from VP. It's working out. And is this the round that we will see? Yeah, we do have a somewhat. It's not really a full buy from Fnatic. They don't have that many flashbangs. They have 1 so far. Pronax with another one as well. So 2 flashbangs coming in from Team Fnatic.
Bearing in mind, Virtus.pro only lost 2 players throughout the first 3 rounds. Their economy is going to be building up beautifully for them already.
Yeah, look, they're saving 4 SMGs as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, throw in the money from the SMG frags as well, and you're looking at a very, very comfortable Virtus.pro. Where do you go from here? They did take some early damage thanks to the nades from Fnatic, but Bialy onto Olaf. Olaf still falling a little flat in this second map, as it's going to be another one. Taz claiming control. He actually does go down to JW, but the damage is done. Crim's looking to claw this one back, as is Flusher, as we find ourselves in a 2v2. It's going to be 2 actually mini 1v1s. It seems as just crawling around. Neo so pushed up, so distracted from the sights. He's actually gone hunting, trying to gather as much information as he can, and he's done just that. Now crawling through. Flusher has no idea. It's a beautiful frag. As a heavily tagged up Flusher, he just finishes what Snack started. And now all onto Crims. He does have full health. He has 1 HE left after the smoke. And he's got to try and find 2 Virtus.pro members. 37 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, and Crims, I mean, yeah, like you're saying, there's no time left, and for Bialy, for his right now, it's just about staying alive. Just make sure that you can take the help of Neo.
This was Fnatic's chance. This could have been, and maybe still will be, as he does get the frag. 2 now for him in this round. It comes down to Neo. He only has an SMG to work with, but he's already got a heavily tagged up Crims down to 34, and he's holding the perfect angle. Trying to stand stalwart on the site, and he's gonna get it. That's crucial. Crims with 3 sweet frags, and that's gonna be Fnatic's first. They needed that one, and things could have tumbled out of control if he didn't.
Yeah, and Neo with a perfect read there in that one-on-one situation in the beginning, leaving it to a one-on-2 situation for Crims, and Crims exactly. This is exactly what Fnatic needed. They needed to catch a break, and hopefully this will be the turning point for Fnatic now after that massive one-on-2 win from Crims.
Yeah, 2 Galils, 1 Scout. It's really not ideal for Fnatic here, and we know that Neo has picked up the orb. This could be put to some good use here. Let's wait and see what Virtus.pro have in store.
Yeah, I mean, and keep in mind as well, that previous buy from BP, they didn't buy anything new. They have 4 SMGs still, and they almost still won the round. That's why they have yet another full buy.
Perfect beginning as well. Snax finds Flusher, and it just gives them so much control of this map. Virtus.pro still denying any presence on Banana, allowing Snax to go all the way back, be able to kind of support a little closer towards A if needed, but Pasha's there. He doesn't need the backup, he's doing it himself. JW gets denied, the scout's gone. We're down to just the rivals here, Pronax, Crims, Olaf. Can they find anything this round? Because Virtus.pro are just smothering them right now.
Yeah, right now they don't have any. And again, Neo, again, they're having great map control, just making sure that they don't get Banana. Pasha being very aggressive in mid, because obviously when Neo calls, there's no one in Banana. Pasha knows he's going to get a Pikachu in middle.
All right, Olaf and Crims, what can you recover from this round? You're against 5 CT players who have been hammering you this whole game, and Pasha again steps up. Crims finally stops it. 2 players already on the A side, 2 behind. They know where he is. Taz is waiting patiently. The flash comes out, but Crims carries on. He's still going for this one, but finally Bialy shuts it down on Virtus.pro again, keeping 3 players alive. The orb still in play, and that round, they were so dominant.
Yeah, and again, Fnatic winning that one round, the round previously, in a 1-on-2 situation. So it was only Crims that actually really had any like a weapon, and then now again we see Fnatic on a very low amounts of money, and then it's going to be a full save from Fnatic, except for Deagle on Crims and a P250 on Olafmeister.
So Virtus.pro need to make this neat and tidy. Fnatic need to catch someone off. 3-2 split for the CTs. As it does look like Fnatic realise that this is also an opportunity to talk things over. Not going to look to go down too easy, not throw their numbers at a side. And oh my god, Crims! That's the AWP out of play as he finds the head of Neo. And they're going to try and push off the back of this one. Pasha's already on the rotate. He's trying to keep things well stacked up towards B, and that smoke's going to be perfect from Snax to delay and maybe even change Fnatic's mind.
Yeah, it was actually really good from Snax there to just try to keep being very aggressive, not letting Fnatic get you off, because then this one could have changed completely. Instead, Snax just stays calm, he's being still aggressive, so just to make sure they don't have the op, re-smokes it when he notices that Fnatic are not pushing, just throwing away the op, and now it's still in a very dire situation for Fnatic, even though this the VP has 1 member down.
All right, Fnatic, it's down to you to try and make this a little more difficult. You got 4 players to find. You got 30 seconds to do it. Let's see what they've got here. It looks fairly obvious as to what they're going to go for, and here we go. Fnatic going to make the onslaught. Mere pistols beside them, and Snax is stopping them 1 by 1. The damage coming in, but he's out of bullets. So is Pasha. They should have a chance here. They finally get towards the side. Pronax and JW do the damage, but the bomb not ideally placed here. 3v2.
The bomb needs to go down now. Flusher realizes that he is going to be trying to reposition himself perfectly. He is not going to be panicked, not going to be flustered. He's going to be able to get that bomb down. And now it comes down to what they can do in this afterplant. They've got 2 rifles, and JW extends this one. This is going to be insane from Fnatic, all onto Taz. Yes, they're unarmored. Yes, they are low, but there are 3 Fnatic players standing between him and this round, and Fnatic succeed where they shouldn't. Just that deagle of Crims with a catalyst into securing the second here on Inferno.
Yeah, and Virtus.pro just really just not getting the kills when Fnatic just starts rushing their B bomb site, only using this one flash, and it gets the Virtus.pro member that was holding coils extremely blind, and by that time, Snack's missing a lot of shots through on the second fruit boxes there, and he gets one kill, and that's not going to be enough, leaving in a 3-on-3 situation for Fnatic, bomb down with the weapons they need, and see up clinching their own.
All right. Let's see what Fnatic can do now. They have the guns. They picked up 3 rifles that round, bearing in mind and Virtus.pro have minimal amounts to work with. But then again, they can still do damage. They can try and keep Fnatic out, comfortably being able to get their economy building, if I can use my words. And already, we're going to see Pronax and Crims flying into action, picking up 2 as they should. Pasha going to try and challenge mid. Not going to happen. Fnatic keeping players alive, looking solid here, and that's exactly what they needed.
Yeah, and one thing to note about VP on Mirage as well is that the reason why they kept on being so aggressive is because they had the economy for it. Now, VPs they're in very bad shape in terms of economy. Ends up falling. They're not going to kill a single member from Fnatic here as well. We'll see now if they actually still keep on pushing the way that they have been, or if they're going to fall back a little bit, playing a little bit more safe, and that will actually benefit Fnatic quite a lot.
Snacks did see the silencer on the gun. He does get a kill. Not going to be able to take the gun away, though, and Fnatic getting this one back nice and close here. Being able to do that damage, of course, with just those pistols, just helping them out so much. But 4-3, it's still not really seeing which way this one's going to go just yet.
No, you see here, just looking at it, Taz will eventually end up just buying a P90, but we'll see smokes and flashes coming in from VP, Neo with a Molotov and a smoke, so they do still have the potential to just hold Fnatic off for a longer period of time. It's just they don't have that many flashes.
See where they can build from here then, because they do most definitely seem to have a bit of a different plan. Things could get dicey through middle, and oh, there's a gap for Pasha. He's going to get a whole lot of information. It may be too much. He may have a little bit of a problem. It's Crims, strolls through mid, claims control, and now Fnatic swarming on towards the side. It comes down to Bialy to try and deal with this one. He can't. Crims are not off of there, and Fnatic are going to seize the A site. Comes down to what Snacks and Neo can piece together on the rotate.
Yeah, they should just save here. And you see the difference now in actually gameplay. On Mirage was actually VP winning all of these situations. Now it's actually Fnatic doing the other way around, getting these insane headshots over and over again, and Virtus.pro are just falling apart these last 4 rounds.
You said before that maybe we should be seeing a more passive VP. Pasha peeking mid so actively so early was surely a mistake.
I wouldn't really say that, because he had a really good peek, and the flash that Pronax threw, it actually didn't even flash Pasha, but he just got stomped. It was an instant headshot from Fnatic, and then by then they knew that the other two VP members were just holding towards the short area on the A bomb side, leaving Long completely open.
Overrun, that's for certain. There's now just the pistols for VP.
Yeah, Virtus.pro here, I think they know this one not going to go too well, as Flusher going to get some more bank rolling with that Mac 10 coming out. Neo's head going to be taken off his shoulders, and Fnatic just building themselves back into this game, and it's something they've been needing to do. They need to be almost stoic with this one and not allow Virtus.pro to get that confidence going. Something that we've seen so many times. Once that motivation really kicks in and the momentum comes through, but Snacks finding Flusher. Not ideal here, and already look who's getting that information down mid. Pasha with the chance, he takes down Pronax. That's the bomb loose. I'm not sure if he saw it, but I can imagine he's got a good idea here. 4v3, not able to recover any of those rifles though. This is still an extraordinarily tough round.
Yeah, Fnatic's completely stuck on the through Banana there. Pasha very smart getting the bomb, but just decides to fall back instead, not actually taking the battle. And again, like you're saying, a 4-on-3 situation. They still don't have any. They still haven't managed to pick up any weapons though. But now it's all about taking the gamble for Fnatic. Which side do we want to hit? And look at VP. They are also taking the gamble towards the B bomb side.
They're going to have to roll the dice here. Pasha doing well so far.
They're giving him nothing.
Do it again, yeah. Pasha catches a glimpse of one in mid, so he knows they might be on the way here.
He should have seen the bomb.
He should have. Bialy is coming over. I'm surprised no one else is. He's going to see it now. Crims already makes it through. He goes down. And, well, keeping 3 alive here, Fnatic. They need to keep all these numbers up. And again, no rifles being picked up just yet. The Mac 10 now in the hands of Snacks, not ideal. As the bomb's planted. And these 3 T players should not lose this round.
No, definitely not. And when Pasha was strafing middle, he actually spotted Crims, and Crims was the one holding the bomb. Instead of, I don't know what happened there for VP, as soon as you see the bomb there, moving his way up towards middle, at least, again, you got to take a gamble. Maybe they took a gamble and it's just saying that maybe he's just faking us, but there's no time left, and just walking with the bomb all by yourself in mid, that's not going to be a good fake. So obviously it was very clear that Fnatic was aiming to go towards that A bomb side.
So, Fnatic starting to get back into this one. But they're dangerous rounds. They're not clean as I'd expect, but still, however they're starting to do it, they're building up the rounds. They're on 5-4 here. Finally, though, Virtus.pro will be able to buy back into this round.
Yeah, but just basing off Fnatic's economy as well, you see Crims, $15,000, Olaf Meister, 10.5k. They have a lot of money to work with, so it won't cut it now for VP just to win this one round. They need to win a lot of rounds in a row, making sure that their economy stays in shape as well.
Let's see if they could do just that. They need to be the ones picking up rounds in quick succession, and now it does look like Fnatic have got something else up their sleeve. JW, of course, with the AWP in play. Nothing for the CTs in that regard, as they are looking a little bit more passive. You can see Pasha tentative towards CT Arch.
And look at the different approach that VP has now. Instead of having the money going very aggressive, you see Snax and Neo, they're still stuck on the B-bomb site. He won't leave Neo alone there now. And Pasha actually asked for help for Taz now on Arch.
Yeah, they know where Fnatic are going to be coming. Taz finds one crucial frag, but Olaf quick to trade this one out. Pasha, that Molotov investment is going to slow down Fnatic, and time will become more of an issue as this round progresses, as it does look like Pasha is keeping them guessing, moving away from Archer. Snax is there to provide the backup, but again, you can see that Snax is so cautious. He's not sure of the Fnatic location, and rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean, Fnatic, as soon as he saw Snax's Molotov...
Oh no! Look at Neo and Snax!
On quad, yeah.
He's completely left the side.
Because Snax should hear it from CT spawn.
So it's going to come down to Neo's. He's got out position. That doesn't stop him fragging. Flusher goes down, but quickly Fnatic try and get into the site. The smoke does aid their cross, but 20 seconds and it comes down to Neo. Doesn't look like he can stop the bomb going down. It's down and the frags keep coming. All onto Pasha and Bialy now. JW does try and get one and he finds Snax in the meantime. Pasha was there. It's a 2v2 and they are closing in. VP looking to close this round out. Molotov thrown out, but it's not going to stop Olaf, and this is looking troublesome. Bialy all to do, but Crims is there. That's going to be his 13th frag, and that's going to be the 6th for Fnatic.
Yeah, and again, VP, just a complete change in their aim as well. You see that, I don't know if they're getting flustered or not, but Neo, if you look at how he played in Mirage, he would never have missed that spray. Instead, he ends up going down. They give him the site, even despite the fact that Neo actually stopped the first player, and Fnatic climbing back.
And I've got to ask you the question, we've seen timeouts being so consistent here. Is there any point you'd say Virtus.pro might want to start considering it? Or do you still think they're doing close enough to good? Or is there anything they could maybe achieve from it? Of course, they don't have a great deal to work with this round, so they could take it as that opportunity. But would you say maybe time for a timeout?
Yeah, after this one round, when they actually, because they will buy the next round, this one they should take the timeout and just calm their nerves a little bit. Just make sure that everyone still has the same game plan in order, because obviously they did have a massive game plan coming into the game.
Already, the CT side are being swept aside as Fnatic starting to look far more dominant now. Exactly what you'd expect of the boys on stage. As Neo now, last man standing, they are low bearing in mind, but Crims again, 3 kills. This man single-handedly has had enough of this. No one's challenging his title. He's on 16 kills here.
Yeah, and like I was saying, having a timeout now for VP, just making sure that they stick to their game plan, because right now they're changing. Coming into this game, I'm sure that they were just talking about okay, keep on playing aggressive, keep on making sure that Fnatic are on their toes, then end up losing a bunch of rounds and having their economy very low will just cause them a bit more defensive. But now, the first round of the game, we will see Pasha with an off.
He did have that great spawn, so maybe wanted to utilize that, but then again, this is a change, and JW's getting confident. That's something you've got to be scared of here, but once again, the flashes come out. Neo dominating Banana here, but Crims says no. Again, this man is the stopping point here. Fnatic are just depending on him so heavily in this.
First it was Flusher, now Crims steps up. And Olaf had to really make his presence known here at the semi-final. Perfect angle from Snax, backs away to safety through the smoke, and he's looking to re-emerge. This is what Snax does oh so beautifully, manipulating his position through the smoke, but this time, no cigar.
Oh, Pasha just felt that smoke for him as well. They know that this might be vulnerable, though.
Yeah, and it's just Olaf Meister up here mid, just trying to make sure that VP members just stay in place, but there will be a B execute.
Olaf is the glue, and he's keeping 3 members busy. This is fantastic, as the CTs are going to be in a sticky situation. As I say that, the bomb's rotating around. Taz finds another one. Suddenly, that idea, that something that Olaf may very well have made the call for, is going to be changing Platinum. Fnatic, they are looking to be in dire straits.
Yeah, Fnatic just flushed at that one flash onto A bomb side, actually made Taz fall back to A anyway, so it's just going to be Snacks here holding.
It's not going to stop him finding one. Flusher did respond, and it's all onto the aforementioned man. 76 points of health, but he does get the bomb down.
1v2 Flusher, who was massive on the first map, needs this one for Fnatic. The crowd behind Virtus.pro in this one, but again, Flusher doesn't care. He wants this for himself. He gets the tag, but not the frag. byali and Taz closing in step by step. Flusher takes the first, looking for the second. Taz, he's leaving. Flusher gets 2 astounding kills, and again, finding that form in the most imperative moments.
Yeah, and VP now, they're losing rounds that they shouldn't, and Fnatic, they're getting warmed up, and 8 rounds already on their T side on Inferno. VP only with 4, and you see here it's going to be a very stressful buy here coming in from VP. They have to go aggressive with this Mag 7 at least, just making sure, again, they need the remaining rounds here now. It doesn't really matter how good they are on the T side. Fnatic, they will just keep on charging.
And the numbers are going to start stacking up very quickly. Virtus.pro, we've heard before on the desk just how prominent they can be on that CT side. Not today, or not yet, here on our second map of our second semi-final here in Cologne. Snacks draws first blood. What? JW's head has been ripped from his shoulders from the M4 of Snacks, and he doesn't look like he's showing any signs of stopping just yet. Flusher backing away towards T-side stairs, and where do you go from here? Does recover the AWP, hoping to find a way in, but those smokes not going to give him anything anytime soon.
Yeah, Fnatic just staying in place, just making sure that we can just wait out the smokes here. It's fine, because by the time we hit a bomb site, you can see that from the past few rounds, Virtus.pro, they just went from hitting everything that they possibly were aiming at Fnatic, but to basically nothing. So just make sure that they stick together here, just outplaying from VP, and that's exactly the plan right now. You might even see a fake from B here.
40 seconds. 4 versus 5. They have the numbers, they most definitely don't have the arsenal. A few flashes is all Virtus.pro have managed to cobble together. And it does look like Neo is going to be tested by Flusher. That's going to be all they need, the sign that the B site may be vulnerable, but Snacks is lingering through Banani. One went straight past him, it was Flusher. He does flush him out of the site, and now 3v3. Taz gets a crucial frag on the cross. Smoke is there now, and time is of the essence. 13 seconds, unlucky for some, but it does look like the bomb will be going down. Taz pushing through the Molotov, he knows what he has to do, and he gets it! It's Pasha who finds 2. The defuse will be coming in, and Virtus.pro, they needed that round, and Pasha biceps answers.
Yeah, and you saw there again, Fnatic just keeping themselves on their toes. When Neo went down, they were all the way up mid. You saw instantly the call for opponents like, okay, you got Neo, okay, fall back, and let's just keep going. And Snacks, I'm not sure if he didn't hear the other person just running past him, or he just chose to ignore it. But yeah, he ends up getting one, ends up going down straight away. Fnatic got the whole bomb site. Taz being very smart, running through the Molotov as well, because Fnatic did not have time to even fake plant the bomb.
So 5-8 now. Fnatic still in the lead here, bearing in mind on the T side. So can they keep this up? Can they continue forward and get that dominating half that you kind of expect from the likes of Fnatic? Virtus.pro starting to regain a little bit of that control, but still, already a very early presence towards apps here.
Yeah, again, you see here, Flusher, you just keep him calm in the B area there. Just make sure that when Neo starts to re-smoke, they can at least, if they push again, he will be there just waiting for him.
Actually, you can see that they rotated straight around. That's actually beautiful. Instead, they've kind of become paranoid of Flusher's presence and refused to push through Banana.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you have this one lurker there. Again, he can sit there for 1 minute 20. It's not going to matter. As soon as you think you're safe, he's still going to be there waiting. But you see our Fnatic, extremely smart play from VP as well, just taking a gamble.
The call has been made. Now, where do you go from here? And oh my god, they haven't stopped moving. 3 members of VP have got their running shoes on, and they are just doing some cardio between the 2 sites. But it looks like Fnatic are about to make their presence known. Just Taz and byali ready to stand the test. How quickly can VP get there? How quick can the cavalry arrive? It doesn't look like quick enough as Pronax finds Snacks. Oh, Pasha! Elbow vocal club! 4 frags! He
Pasha with an all to do. You blink and you miss it. And VP looked to pick up the 6.
I actually was close to cursing there. Jesus Christ, Pasha. Pronex getting the initial kill. There's no way you would be expecting 2 Virtus.pro members just staying in CT spawn. And you saw Fnatic, VP even, they had no idea what they were supposed to do that round. They took a gamble, having no one on B, and then for like a split second, and Neo was like, wait, maybe they are B, let's fall back. And Pasha, insane spray down.
Just the beautiful control, everything. It was such a slaughter. Gotta love it when that man can pull off such beautiful work for his side. 6-8 now, Virtus.pro bringing this one back a little closer. And guess who gets the first kill? Pasha again, shutting down Olaf. Neo already putting presence down towards Banana. And this is, once again, Virtus.pro starting to feel like, okay, we've got the economy here. They're starting to get that presence again. And maybe Fnatic have to find their form to even find an answer to this.
Yeah, but for VP, I think it's very important here to win this one round.
Oh, that's a great beginning. Pasha going down by CT Archer's going to open this map up. Snax is going to have to be so careful with where he plays in this, and Bialy might be outnumbered, he may be outgunned, but he's not gone down yet. Pronex is found, but Fnatic are looking for options. They're looking for a way back in here. But can they choose correctly? That's a great start. Flusher finding Bialy and Pit is going to make this so much harder. 45 seconds. Taz, Snax, waiting. You can hear that a mile off. Taz knows what's coming, but can they stop it? Flusher takes down Snax. Neo's behind. Taz finds Flusher. Grim's trying to make his way there. Taz, can you do it? And Neo comes into it. And again, Virtus.pro stand tall at the end of that round.
Yeah, and it was again looking very grim for Virtus.pro, getting the 3 remaining rounds of the half, and they really needed that because Fnatic did not look that they were stopping, and then that massive round from Pasha. I think that has really re-motivated VP to just keep on charging now again. It's like, okay, well, we can still do this. Yeah, we were a little bit slumpy in the mid stages of the half, but then let's get in shape again now. This is the next round coming in. We're the T side now. We are allowed to be aggressive, and let's show Fnatic that we are the most aggressive team in the world.
3 rounds at the start, 3 rounds at the end. Virtus.pro saying, no, we are not even going to talk about Cobble, as we can do this now. We can do this on Inferno and knock Fnatic out of the major in a semi-final. The concept, so scarce. However, it is becoming more and more of a possibility as Virtus.pro managed to stabilize in what looked like a very solid Fnatic.
Yeah, and for VP now as well, one thing to know about Fnatic, you do have Olofmeister, you have Crims, and Crims is on fire on this Inferno map so far. And if you want to win Inferno, you at least have to be sure that you have somewhat of a banana control just to ensure that Fnatic just doesn't over-rotate towards the A bomb site. Because then, if you leave Crims there all by himself in the B bomb site and you have 4 Fnatic members holding the A bomb site, there's going to be a very minimal possibility that you can even hit the site or even get the bomb down.
And bearing in mind, even when Crims isn't in this form, he's already formidable on that B hold. He's been one of the most classically stated players. So it's going to limit the options here for Virtus.pro, but then again, we've seen so many forms of Fnatic being broken down. Ouch. Ouch, those poor guys. Come on, come on. Love him or hate him, you got to respect Fnatic. Maybe not the fans.
Guys, you're hurting my feelings too, because I'm also Swedish.
Exactly, you've got to support these guys. Let's be honest, they are champions here. But let's once again remind ourselves, this is a story of revenge. 5 months in the making. Fnatic denied Virtus.pro their chance at those Katowice finals. Now, can Virtus.pro do the same to Fnatic? Let's find out. We are underway in the second half here of the second map. Still, Fnatic ahead, but Virtus.pro not far behind.
Yeah, and Virtus.pro actually choosing to have double smokes and 4 flashbangs this T side. Having this many nades, it's not really that common, and it leads me to believe that we might actually just see a fake on bomb side and just make sure that they do have the smokes and nades to hit the other one.
Looking to innovate in this round, of course. Olaf could throw a spanner in the works or not as he gets brought down to 10, courtesy of Neo's bullet. Let's see what they choose to do with all of that utility. Taz and Neo are the men wielding them. And again, another exchange towards stairs. Still no real commitment from the terrorist side.
And this is what VP actually did better than Fnatic did. They actually took control everywhere. Oh,
hang on a second. Pronex is going to get pushed down, but he's got backup in the form of Olaf, and looks like the CT side have got a good grip on whatever Virtus.pro were trying to form. 4 versus 3 now. Olaf Locked out from the site towards Coils. Taz is going to be trying to put the bomb down. He was so close, yet so far as Neo finds the frag to JW. That's important as we do continue to go back and forth. The damage done earlier.
Olaf has no bullets left.
Crims, on the other hand, does. See what he can do with his CZ, and Olaf's on the hunt for a pistol. So, Flusher worming his way into the site. Fnatic do not want to watch this one slip away, and as time ticks away, it most definitely is. This is crucial. Neo gets another one. Flusher responds, rather, as it's all onto him. 9 points of health. It shouldn't. It doesn't. And Virtus.pro get a crucial pistol here on our second map, second half.
Yeah, Neo mastered that one round, and as I was saying, VP actually doing that round a lot better than Fnatic did. It's just making sure that, yeah, they're not doing a fast round, so what happens is, let's take control of all areas of the map, or at least make sure that we show our presence. Fnatic actually did somewhat of a similar round than VP did, and of course we are over the million mark as well. Woo. But yeah, so by the time VP saw the people in the apartments, Fnatic just got scared, they fell back, and that's when VP actually ended up pushing B.
Scorching round coming in there. 8-8 now. We're back all even. Fnatic, though, not going to be outdone just yet. I was going to say that, but Snax finds Olaf. Nice little start there. But then again, you know, Fnatic don't have a great deal to work with here.
No, just, I mean...
The shotguns.
Yeah, the shotguns. I mean, might pay off, but you see VP with a very unique approach. Just 5 SMGs, all nades and Molotovs, and this is something that we didn't see, for example. We saw TSM lose one of the rounds there when they were trying to take banana control, and instead of just Molotoving the areas, they ended up just peeking and ended up losing the round. VP, they're prepared for stuff like this now. They're prepared to use nades to take control of the map, which is insanely important.
And again, something we pointed out before, Crims is going to have to be so vital on B alone, because that's where the rest of Virtus.pro are going towards. He does have, well, the Nova to hand. Let's see what he can do with it. Normally a wizard on this side, but today put down by the SMGs, and Virtus.pro starting to look very strong here. A little low on HP, but JW and Flusher not really having much of a shot in this round.
Yeah, not losing a single member as well. It's kind of odd. The Crims was like shooting bullets with that shotgun, not really doing anything, because obviously if you don't get the headshot with it on a close range, with the armor, you're not going to do that much damage. And for VP now, obviously, you see Taz just chasing, make sure that if he gets one more member from Fnatic, first of all, he gets a lot of money himself, but he also negates some of the money from Fnatic.
And Taz so close here. Flusher's just round the corner. Flusher will at least take down Taz. Flusher gets to live to fight another day. Fnatic not being able to get this one rolling in their favor just yet. 9-8 now in Virtus.pro's hands.
I mean, where are they going to go with this buy now for Flaren? Because they're kind of aware of what Fnatic forced into the shotguns. Probably going to be seeing them stick with the SMGs and just start building up that bankroll.
Yeah, since Taz was the one who went down, he can just rebuy an AK, because the other ones, there's no point in rebuying at this point in time, because you know that Fnatic will be on yet another save. But I really want to see a fast run coming in from VP here instead. Use your nades to your advantage and just hit something fast.
It's not like they're going to be picking up the pace, in fact. Not hanging on to Flaren's advice just yet. Instead, cautious of Fnatic. Of course, these are the defending champions. You cannot doubt them, even in the most dire circumstances, and these most definitely are looking like them. Just Flusher with the Kevlar. A Mag 7 for JW, and the SMG, of course, picked up by Flusher at the end of that one.
Yeah, and when they do this approach, when they go really slow, VP really needs to make sure now that since they do have 4 with SMGs, that you just basically have one sacrificial lamb there and just run in and clear out the bomb site. If he sees someone, okay, that's fine. If he ends up going down, then just fall back and go hit the bomb site. But yeah, you do see a beast coming in from Fnatic here, so, and look at VP.
I think Pasha's going to make the call. He surely realizes it, and that's going to be Pronax, who's going to be in a spot of bot. He's just standing right in the middle of the smoke, and Taz finds the frag, but takes the head of Pronax off, and Neo does exactly the same to JW as they walk vigilant onto the site. No problems here. Flusher causing a little bit of a hiccup. It doesn't look like it's going to be too much more as Snax with the Mac 10, excuse me. And all onto Flusher. He's not going to be doing the same. He's almost in exactly the same position he was in the round prior. Just a CZ to hand, does have the Kevlar, but that's getting him nowhere. And that's going to be double digits for the Polish side of Virtus.pro.
Yeah, and as I was saying, it was so smart by VP. They had 4 SMGs, so just losing one of them doesn't really matter, because they all have armor and also head armor. Pushing in Pasha alone on the B bomb site, as soon as he sees someone, because again, VP or Fnatic, they didn't buy anything. They kept 2 weapons, one is ZZ and one Mag 7. Everything else would be a full-on save. As soon as he saw someone, getting Pronex in mid as well was just a straight-up call for VP just to push A.
And this is a huge round coming in. The gun round, of course, Virtus.pro with a drastically larger amount of utility to work with mollies, smokes. And you look at Fnatic, a couple of smokes and some flashes, but really not ideal. But where are we seeing this one going? It looks like Virtus.pro just taking their time here.
Yeah, I mean, they should, because they should know that, okay, Fnatic, they're somewhat forced to buy here, but since they force bought the second round, VP knows that they're not going to have everything that they want. So this is a very important round for VP, and just playing it safe this one particular round is so important, because at the end of the day, when it's down to 30, 40 seconds, Fnatic will have nothing to defend with.
JW making the conscious decision to go for head armor over potentially a smoke or a nade there?
The reason why is because he thought that they would be keeping the SMGs.
Okay. And so keeping the Virtus.pro economy in mind into this round.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, we are seeing Virtus.pro starting to stretch their legs here. Down to 40 seconds. Fnatic just have to weather the storm. And we are seeing those smokes being lined up. The plan's starting to unfold. Of course, Olof, Crims holding on to B, but Virtus.pro, can they do this round in style? JW is going to be imperative. Flusher, Pronax are the men who will have to hold on to this, and already Snags finds Pronax. Flusher forced to back, but look at this play. 1 down, 2 down, can't get the third. Taz carries on, and Pasha finds Olof, cutting off the other 2. Time is of the essence. But can JW sneak in? No. Snags reigns dominant, and Virtus.pro on the cusp here of picking up such a huge round.
Yeah, and such an important call from VP there, knowing that, okay, well, they're going to be low on basically everything, not hitting the B bomb seconds. Then you know that Crimson and Olaf are waiting there, and they do have a very good setup, despite not having any nades, hitting the A bomb side instead. The main problem that I saw there for VP was the Pronex actually had 2 flashbangs. He could have actually ended up flashing for Flusher. He ended up getting 2 anyway, but Pronex went down before he could use his nades, and then just leaving JW all on the A-bomb side, and then it was just game over.
This dream is starting to become a reality. The desk doubted them, calling a 2-0 to Fnatic, and understandably so. Everything points towards Fnatic picking up this victory. But Virtus.pro have other plans. 11-8 the score, and Fnatic just on the pistols as we go into this one. As they have got those 3 players towards B. I don't think we're going to again be seeing anything early from Virtus.pro as they take their time and let that 1 smoke dissipate before considering.
Yeah, again, smart play by VP. Just make sure they don't just throw away around here, because you're in the lead and there's no point in just doing something now, because by the time you hear one of the Fnatic bullets shoot, it is a low buy. It's just pistols. Everything else is they're just saving. Pronex with 1 more smoke to play with, and then you see again for Fnatic taking the gamble when the nades are running low, because they're forced to. But now the problem is that people will probably end up running into this trap.
This most definitely is a trap, but how successful can it be? Crims anticipates the flash. He has all eyes on the site as it's starting to pile up. Bialy with 1 onto Flusher, but still they're all over the site, and yet Fnatic haven't made their whereabouts known. Olaf finally does so. JW again. It's a 3v3. Taz going into damage control, but Crims gets another. Suddenly, this is a 2v2, and Fnatic investing so little have got so much. 20 seconds, the bomb still hasn't gone down, but Bialy saves the day with 4. And they needed that round. Fnatic getting very, very close. But now just 4 rounds away from VP heading to the grand final.
Yeah, and Fnatic, they're trying something new, just re-smoking mid the whole time, forcing VP basically to hit the B bomb side, and then obviously you see the Fnatic stack with 4 members there. It could have ended so poorly, because instead of VP just having 1 player go in and take a look, they all 4 ran in, and they just hit a wall of Fnatic, but Bialy, that double straight on at the end there, just saved them.
My God, Crims then getting quite aggressive. We're going to see Pasha actually boosted up as well. 12-8 here, ladies and gents. This is getting dangerous already. Virtus.pro taking out of this tournament 1 previous major winner in the form of Nip. Can they make it 2 on the route to their grand finals? However, Crims is certainly standing in their way right now. This is a different approach from Fnatic.
Yeah, and also, again, VP, they're playing it very smart here. Again, yeah, sure, Fnatic might have more nades this 1 round, but playing it very safe, just playing it defensive, having Fnatic come to them.
Pasha must have seen where that smoke came from. surely understanding Crims for that out.
Oh yeah, they know every player when they throw the smoke. They're most of the times they are very aggressive down in the banana area, and chances are there's only going to have this one player there.
JW, great little shot towards Neo. Snacks with the exchange, but 3 players here for Fnatic on towards A. Bearing in mind, Bialy and Pasha have the bomb. They have not made their move, but it looks like a CTR split, but Olof is the one keeping control of this. Crims may have to once again come up big for his team. Here we go. Can he cover the goods? No, he backs away. And look at this play again. Rotate after rotate. Stacks opens up towards Quad. The bomb's coming in. They've got control. They just pulled Fnatic left, right, and center. Bomb's going down. Olof was quick though. He's close enough to this. He might be able to catch Bialy or Snacks off guard. He's going to go for Pasha. Pasha up ahead. Olof removes it. And now 2v3. Virtus.pro have to go against the Fnatic are looking to retake this one. Flash comes in, Snacks is watching it, takes down Olof for Quad. 2 players now line up, Bialy finds Crims. It's down to Flusher. Can he find anyone in? No, Bialy comes up with the goods. And once again, Virtus.pro pulling Fnatic around this map. Absolutely outstanding play, and can you believe it? We've got a timeout from Fnatic.
Yeah, and VP so smart, playing it very defensively. When they found out that Crims is all on a B bomb side, they took over middle, and they only took over the top of middle in the beginning, going over to the archway, and you saw there that Fnatic, they started rotating back, but then Pasha did this one particular thing, so simple, but it caused Fnatic to massively rotate. He threw one flash over towards the B bomb site, and 3 Fnatic members rotated over because they were scared, because the only one they saw in middle was actually Taz, and that he could just use they thought that he was actually the bait for VP, and they were actually hitting B, but that one flash for Pasha, 3 rotates, and then you had this one member in VP, but still one member in VP on the quad side, getting Pronax, killing him off, 3-on-3 situation, and then obviously a massive after plant hold from VP.
And I just have to ask you the question. The thing is, the question always is, when Virtus.pro get like this, when their momentum's behind them, how do you stop them? Fnatic are arguably the best team in the world currently, at least leading up to this tournament. They should be able to do it, but what do they need to do in this instance to stop Virtus.pro getting any closer?
Yeah, well, I mean, Fnatic's problem right now is that they can't put a read on Virtus.pro. They're getting very stressed, just causing like 1 or 2 nades are causing problems for Fnatic, just over-rotating from B to A, and they don't really know what they're supposed to do here. So, and then when VP is in this situation, they have some money to work with as well, but then you do see a reply here coming from Fnatic in hopes of all of Meister's op.
And so, with the timeout cancelled, it's time to see what Fnatic's discussion has netted them. Fnatic have always proved very dominant off the back of these pauses. It looks like Olof has got something new in store for us. Backs away thanks to the flame in a bottle released towards Banana. And immediately you can see Fnatic's game plan has changed. As it looks like so has Virtus.pro is charging forward. Flusher first to answer as Bialy goes down, but that's not stopping them. And I think Flusher realizes this. He's looking for more. There is backup there in the form of JW's Mag 7. Olaf's Orb is there as well. And it's going to be Crims who wraps it all up off the back of the pause. Fnatic managed to stabilize, and that was a whole lot of consecutive rounds. The first CT round for Fnatic.
Yeah, and Crims actually rotating back to CT spawn when Olaf had full control of Banana, and they had, again, Fnatic had 3 members on that arch side just waiting. JW with a Mag 7, you see him yet again with a Mag 7 as well. So even though the Flusher going down, and also JW, Crims was there to just mop the floor with the remaining VP members.
And again, 3 players towards B here. JW, Crims, Flusher, all there. Olaf peeking down mid. They're starting to play, not necessarily common, but they're certainly peeking more. Crims is making, active peeks down mid, but still, Virtus.pro taking their time, not falling for it just yet. But this time Fnatic actually has an arsenal to work with. They've got some utility here.
Yeah, and that was what was being probably talked about throughout the warm-up as well. It's like, we have to play our own game. Right now we're playing Virtus.pro game. We need to do what we do best, and that is to play our own game. We'll do whatever we want, and then win this one round, and then we'll climb it back, because it's not too late.
It's certainly not. And a team like Fnatic, who are outstanding at this game, can do it. If anyone can, it's them. Then again, Virtus.pro are renowned for this sort of confidence play, for this sort of aggression, for this sort of momentum play, and let's see if they can do it again and again. 45 seconds now. Flusher, I think he caught a glimpse of one in mid there, going to back off a little. Pronax going to fall back towards balcony. Flusher preparing as well. But then again, Virtus.pro, they're taking their time. They're using these full rounds here to try and get the best information possible.
Yeah, look at JW. He can do damage here now. This is going to be exciting.
This should be his moment to shine. He has to slow them down. Pasha's going to be looking for this, and face to face, Pasha and JW. It's JW to come up on the top, and look at him go. 1, 2, 3. JW is not done just yet. When the answers finally come towards Fnatic, it's in the hands of JW, leaving Taz alone. 1v4, time is running out, and Crims will close down Fnatic and not letting this game go just yet.
Yeah, VP was really not expecting that last smoke coming in from Fnatic, holding off the B bomb site, and then JW obviously with the Max 7 close by, killing one and just picking up the AK, massive spray down with 2 more, and she just shut down VP completely. Here we see the situation. You see the switch as soon as possible, and then the AK.
Beautifully done.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and look how well Fnatic does this. It was 15 seconds left on the round when that last smoke faded in the B bomb site.
That's just keeping the Virtus.pro at bay, keeping that entire T side away from the site.
And they're forced on a save.
They most definitely have. You can see all of those flashes and smokes are going to be released into some sort of execute. I'm not going to speculate as to where, though it does look like they are setting their sights for A, and they do. As the utility is released and Fnatic start to prepare themselves for the onslaught that may very well be about to make itself known on towards A. Olof backs away, does have an AWP which can be under threat if he misses this first shot. Aiming through the smoke. It's going to be 1. Can he find the second? He does have time. He's been given time. He's going to find a second. It's a third! Flushes there with 2 as well. And Virtus.pro do not take a point of damage off of Fnatic.
Yeah, and all of my is just shutting down the arch side there. When Virtus.pro was pushing, see here, I actually like the last frag best. He might as well have gone down there, but very fast on killing Bialy there. And then you see here again, VP with yet another buy.
Alrighty, 13-11. It's nice to see and hear the Fnatic fans getting a little louder themselves, but once again, it's Virtus.pro leading this audience, but Crims stands in their way, and he stands tall. 1-2 come in. That's already Virtus.pro lacking in numbers and once again slowed down.
Yeah, you look at all of my Pronix 12 just actually pushing second mid. This is with an like who does that?
Olaf.
I would have if you would have asked him, I would have said JW, but whatever, you know. It's like, yeah, I'm down here, I'm chilling. I'm gonna act as a T now and just go hunting.
But he does have at least his favorite weapon, let's be honest here. The Tech 9 in his hands has always been somewhat of a threat, and we're gonna find out as, my God, Bialy actually checks behind him there. Olaf gonna have to switch up to the AWP, but this round is certainly not over yet.
Yeah, they noticed that they didn't have any second mid control, and then Bialy got a little bit more scared. But look at VP, they're so spread out. They're not gonna get anything done on this round, I think.
Just gonna be looking to keep those 2 rifles in play, but Pronax has other plans. It snacks down, and now Bialy, with it all to do, is looking to try and get some revenge for his compadre. It looks like he's going to struggle to do just that. He knows there's a presence in pit. Finally, Pronax chimes it in, and that's going to be 13-12. And what was said in that pause? 4 in a row. They couldn't find anything at the start of this CT half, and all of a sudden they've found 4.
Yeah, and again, VP with the save. The next coming round now, VP should just take their time out and talk things through, because it's getting out of hand now for Fnatic. They're getting a lot of money in their bank. And just to point out on the previous round there, VP was so spread out, they couldn't do anything. They need to stick together when it's a 3-on-5 and just try to do something together and just work together. But that did not happen, leading Fnatic in a very good position.
It certainly has, and Fnatic really building that economy up to scratch. And looking at Virtus.pro, let's see if they can just disrupt that a touch here. Flusher, Olaf, Pronax towards A. JW, Crims over by B. Pasha once again being the pest there, but Pronax keeping eyes on towards Apps. Spots out a presence by Quad. That was Snacks just paying him a visit, and once again it does look like Virtus.pro are going to try and make that play towards Quad. That Molly might slow them down, but actually it speeds them up. They're just going to start flooding in. Pronax is now outnumbered here. He does find Snacks. Olaf towards Neo, and this should be a walk in the park. There we go, nice and cleanly done. And the last one we picked up, Fnatic keeping every single player alive and being very calm. And as you said, timeout.
Yeah, good choice by VP. They do have Just looking at the money, they have plenty of money. And you will see just straight off the bat as well. You do see 2 Molotovs come into play, and yeah, this is the crunch time for VP, because it's not just about just winning this one round now. You're not going to put Fnatic in an eco. These last remaining rounds will not be easy. It will be straight out weapon rounds throughout this whole remaining series, and for VP now. So basically, just base it off of what have worked now, taking their time. Making sure that Fnatic wastes most of their nades. The problem here is that this worked when Fnatic was very low on money and they did not have 5 Molotovs to work with and 5 smokes. Now you can't really do that defensive play anymore, because Fnatic will never run out of nades at this point in time. So you need to play a little bit more aggressive. You need to do work together and just to take stuff so they actually use nades. You don't have to actually necessarily execute on a bomb site, but use your nades so they use theirs. And then by then, you can just try to do something together, go for the pick and play part, and then by then just execute when it's 30 seconds left on the clock, or even try and fake it, because you saw there coming into throughout this whole half that Fnatic, they seem to be very stressed and they seem to over-rotate quite a bit.
So it's going to come down to what they can do with this investment. 13-13. And Fnatic have managed to catch their breath and really gain a footing here on Inferno, as it does look like the time is back, and we're going to be going into one of the most crucial rounds so far in this second semi-final. Will we see VP finally stabilize, do what Fnatic did off the back of their timeout? Here we go, we're going into the action. Let's see if there's any immediate changes for that T side.
Yeah, I mean, they must have talked about, okay, what's going on right now? And
look at Olof. He's looking towards Banana, but that Molly's going to cause so much damage. Oh! Gets away with just 3 points of health. He is practically cooked, but he is still alive.
Swedish meatball. I actually would have assumed that VP would have just kept on rolling there, at least got a little bit more. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Look at the nade situation for Fnatic now. Look how much nades they spent just trying to hold it off, because they thought there would be a rush, and obviously Olfmeister being very low.
What
did Snacks just do? Finds the head of JW. And it's been a long time since we saw entries like this. Neo onto Pronax. All of a sudden that A side looks vulnerable, and more vulnerable to us because we know the one man left on A has just 3 points of health. What have you got for us, Olof? He's about to be tested by Snacks. Does get enough signals as the Molly is released towards Pit, but he holds the angle towards Quad. Taz is about to walk into his process. Flush is there to babysit. They need to keep this site safe. 30 seconds now, and Virtus.pro still taking their time, edging ever closer. As Flusher, he's looking to cast his eyes towards Neo, but in the meantime, that's a double. So strong from Flusher, and now all onto Olof. He's not long for this world, and Virtus.pro do exactly the same back to Fnatic, and the power of timeouts is clear.
Yeah, that got a little bit scary, actually. Looked to me like Virtus.pro didn't really know what to do there. They were just waiting for Pasha basically to make a move at the B. He had one smoke left, trying to fake and just trying to see if he can spot a Fnatic player. But by then, Flusha pushed up middle, got 2 kills. If Taz would have gone down there, it would have been round over. He stayed alive, he managed to kill Flusha, and now 14 to 13 in favor of Virtus.pro.
JW starting to look down mid. Olaf pushing down Banana. 3 players pushing down Banana here for Fnatic. Pronak's going to rotate off of that, join the boys by A, but as said, Virtus.pro now almost by match point. Such an important marker to get towards. Bear in mind, of course, they won that first round, and JW might just be the linchpin here. 4 players edging towards Abs. He's got backup, he's got someone with him. He's got Pronax there. Waiting at CT is going to be Flusher. And this is going to be such a tense round here.
Yeah, for sure. And VP, they're just taking their sweet time once again. The problem here is that you see, that we were talking about, because Scrims is all the way down Banana. Olfmeister can afford to back up to A.
Pasha's just on the edge of that smoke. Almost pushed through. You could see him switching up to maybe go for it, but while that happens, the rest are going to start pouring through towards CT Arch. It's Olofmeister, arguably one of the best players in the world, gets overrun by Taz, and now Crims is going to have to deal with the onslaught if they go for it. They wait, they halt, they try and catch anyone on the rotate. It's going to be Flusher trying to peek through, trying to do the damage from Library. And Neo and Taz joined by Pasha, they're going to turn tail. They're going to go back to what they started. Flusher though finds another. They now know the plan. Pasha and Taz up against 3 to try and take Virtus.pro towards match point. Pronax goes down. It's now down to just Taz. 1v2. Can he do it for his side? Virtus.pro so far playing outstanding. Can he pull them towards match point? 15-13. Is it a chance in this round? He gets tagged from the back. JW says no. And once again, Fnatic hold on to the very chance of this game going in their favor.
Yeah, and at least VP got the bomb down, and it looked to me like VP didn't really know what they wanted to do there. Getting the first pick on Wolfmeister, they were all in CT spawn. They didn't have anyone towards the banana area. They didn't have anyone on the arch side on A or a quad side on A. So they were all stuck there, and time was running out. It's not like they could afford to just stick it out either. Getting that, and they just were forced to go towards the A bomb site.
And here we find ourselves neck and neck in the most crucial few rounds. Fnatic and Virtus.pro plan to play. That's a beautiful flash and a beautiful push. Crims is going to open up onto Taz. Bialy not long for this world either, as Olofmeister and Fnatic start with some aggression. And they are going to be making Cobblestone a potential reality in just 2 rounds' time. Let's see where we go from here. Another spray down. Virtus.pro trying to seize banana control, but it's not going to be given lightly, as now it's just a very heavily tagged up Snax still standing. He's found 2 in this round. He would have to do the impossible. 5 frags with 4 points of health left. Not looking likely.
No. And just looking at the VP's money as well, the next round, the most important round here, will be an insane low buy from Virtus.pro. And you saw that one particular round, they had an idea of just trying to take over banana again. The problem there was that they all got stuck and they had no control whatsoever. It just ends up falling like small little bricks, small little Polish bricks, I should say. And yeah, Fnatic at match point.
This has been a turnaround to remember. Virtus.pro getting so close before Fnatic just spring to life. And it does look like Virtus.pro are wounded in their economy. You can see they're just trying to bring together everything they possibly can. It's pistols and armor. They've got a little bit of a utility to work with. Just the one Molotov, and that's not going to get them too far.
No, not really, and hopefully we will see here, because they do have flashes to work with. It's just in the beginning now, just make sure that throw one flash somewhere so Fnatic are using their nades. Like here, look at that.
Here we go. God. This is going to be a slaughter. Flusher gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. He can already see Cobble in his sights. That's a 4th. Flusher, a huge play, closed off by Pronax. We're not done just yet. We're going to a 3rd map. It's Cobblestone. Virtus.pro stepping at that final hurdle here. And Fnatic finally standing back up.
Yeah, and this is exactly what I was just about to say. When you're at a low buy, and Fnatic knows this, you need to make sure, use one flash in that situation, just get rid of Flush's nade there, because look how much damage that one nade did, and then after that, it was already game over. Fnatic, they clawed their way back into this game. We will see a 3rd map, and it's going to be Cobblestone.
Cobblestone, a map that they played in Katowice 2015. We saw that go to overtime last time, but of course, you only have to remember Mirage to know that things have changed. And you can see the Fnatic fans feeling very, very good about that win. It looked like the upset was about to come through, but Fnatic showing why they are heralded as one of the best teams in the world. Fantastic stuff here in the Lanxess Arena Cologne, as this 2nd semi-final is not done just yet.
Yeah, no, for sure. And Cobblestone here now will be extremely excited. It's not like VP actually coming into a few tournaments ago. Cobblestone used to be one of their better maps, and then obviously it's not like Fnatic does not know how to play it. I think we're in for a very exciting 3rd map.
I'm intrigued to know what the desk has to say as well. We'll be jumping on board with them after this quick break.
for the finals just yet. Fnatic does show up to play on Inferno, and they're now tied 1-1. Another third map here in the semifinals. The semifinals is really heating up compared to the quarterfinals now. Both matches going to the third map. But let's review Inferno a little bit, because it was still close. It wasn't like Fnatic was like, all right, now this is our map, we're going to take it. VP was actually leading for quite some time.
I mean, Virtus just looked insanely strong in the beginning, and all of a sudden, finally the superstars from Fnatic were starting to showing up. We saw Crimson that terrace half doing some big work. We were very confused with the idea and the thinking of Fnatic's beginning on the CT hub, using so much money. When you get so many rounds at the terrace, it's not necessary to go for all these kind of force buys, because it's only going to ruin your economy and make a comeback possible.
Especially when you've won the terrorist up 8-7, right? Going into your CT, it's normally advised when you have those better rounds and the advantage in that situation, you should probably wait out till the gun round instead of force buying the situation, getting the max 7s out, the CZs, for example. It seemed like they got themselves in that economic deficit before they even had a chance to come back. So that allowed VP to actually get back into their game, and that's why it became such a close affair. The gun rounds were pretty convincing for Fnatic getting back into it, and so they stabilized their economy and took that pause and worked out what was going on. But that was a great showing from them. Flusher, Crim stepping up finally, and yeah, so we're going into the third map, and Cobble's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, Moses, what did you think about that match? I mean, do you agree that it was more kind of on Fnatic maybe slipping a little bit, allowing VP to come back in, and really it should have been Fnatic's map after we saw the first half?
No, because I mean, that was a crazy form that we're seeing Virtus.pro play right now. I mean, these guys are just awesome, and normally, like when we talk about that Virtus plow, it's like the individual skill, and they just overwhelm a bomb site really explosively. And some of their T side that they executed on Inferno here, they really outplayed Fnatic tactically. They pulled rotations, they manipulated open space in the map. Snacks was massive on ways that he lurked into the A bomb site once those rotations started shifting. But it needs to be said, Fnatic, I mean, so deep in so many ways. Whatever they talked about during that pause, I got to assume it was Pronax just, figuring something out, something clicks. But I mean, Fnatic, so many things we've said they're the best in the world at, but they may not be the best in the world, but they're so good outside of a timeout. Like, they just run away with things. That comeback after a timeout was insane.
Also, I feel like a cool thing to look at and to highlight was the way that they changed up the AWP a bit from Olaf to JW. JW had it in the first weapon round. After that, Olaf was like, guys, I'm going to take this. The normal deadly duo on the B-bomb side of Crimson Olaf was all of a sudden taken apart, because Olaf was now playing in the arch area. And I think the reason for that is because JW with an AWP is best when he is allowed to do the aggressive moves, to play the off positions. To put JW passive in arch and stay behind smokes and such ain't gonna work.
So Olaf picked it up, and it's actually getting 1 or 2 frags almost consistently when that came in. So I think that was a good move, and it's definitely a difficult decision to make, right, going into that and saying, okay, our main AWP, let's switch it on to one of our best rifle players. But obviously something that pulled off for them and actually took that second map. You can see, look at them now, look how hyped up, they're ready, they're firing all cylinders, finally.
Yeah, and as you guys mentioned, and the commentators mentioned it too during that match, we saw the power of the timeouts from both sides, really. Of course, VP trying to put a stop on that momentum, taking another round after their timeout. But man, Fnatic was still at only 8 rounds when they took that timeout, and then they won with the full 16. So now we move on to Cobblestone, and Fnatic does start CT again like they did on Mirage. And now that's split 1-1. It comes down to one map. What do you guys think? If I've heard correctly, seems like there's some history here, and arrows are pointing once again towards Fnatic.
I mean, both teams are historically very strong on this map. Fnatic has been known for being the strongest in a period of time. I'm not sure if they are at that point yet, but I have a hard time saying where it's going to go. I feel like Fnatic, if they're bringing the momentum, they should win. But then again, the Virtus plow is waiting somewhere in the shadows.
So which one are you picking?
I'm picking Fnatic.
I think the last time I casted these guys, I think it was at a Gfinity event, and it was a best-of-3 final, and they actually played on Cobble in that, and it was Fnatic on the T side that actually got like a 12-3 result, and they looked so strong there. But that was a long time ago. Things changed. Obviously, this is a much bigger event. That the stage has been shifted. Look at the scale of this. They've been doing their homework. It's really difficult to call. We actually have seen Virtus.pro on Cobble at this event, and I think they played immunity against it. They looked reasonably strong there, but hard to gauge where that lies when you go up against mammoths such as Fnatic.
And what about you, Moses?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Fnatic as well. There was a stretch where they were 100% win rate on this map. And I mean, that was like earlier on when Olaf was still being that dominant self. So, I mean, he cannot have, especially on the T side where he's so integral in how he plays that platform over at the B bomb site. But he can't have another bad game because this Virtus.pro is playing too well individually and as a team for Fnatic to overcome them without Olaf Meister.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when you take different areas of the map, it's going to be the how to remain map control on the A area. It's going to be how they're going to try to peek off this drop zone, because it's very difficult for the CTs to maintain control of this area in case that you're using smokes, molotovs, etc.
All right, well, you can see on your screens all the players are ready in their stations. One last map to decide who gets to go up against Envy in the finals of ESL ONE Cologne 2015. Will it be Fnatic trying for that back-to-back title? Will it be VP turning on that Virtus plow again and running towards the trophy? Let's find out on Cobblestone with our commentators.
Thank you very much, Will. This is going to be insane. We've seen Cobble already, just as Henry was saying. We saw the form in which VP have taken on Cobble in the past. And now we get to do it. Third map here in our second semi-final. Fiflaren?
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, like you're saying, Fnatic actually haven't played Cobblestone this event, but with VP had beating both Cloud9 and Immunity 16-8. And by no means is Cloud9 a bad Cobblestone team. They don't play it that much, but they still have a fundamental idea on how to play it. And VP, I mean, again, I actually somewhat favor VP on Cobblestone here. The only thing that I can give Fnatic right now is that they will start on the CT side, and hopefully Momentum will just carry them over through and towards that grand final. But I mean, right now for me at least, it's 50-50 at this point in time. VP has actually been playing extremely good, and it was so close for them to even come out with a 2-0 win here versus Fnatic.
Yeah, it's a matter of who turns up now. We saw Fnatic finally getting to that Fnatic form at the end of that second map, pulling it back into their hands. But Virtus.pro have looked astounding. Who will find their form here? We need every member from Fnatic to finally make their impression. Olaf has to find that footing. Same can be said for Pasha, for Neo. These boys have to get to this game in peak condition. And ladies and gents, we are very close to this one starting.
Soon we will see how Cobble starts for these two teams. The desk can't call it, we can't call it. We're gonna have to sit back, relax, and see what Fnatic versus Virtus.pro can do. I mean, this was a game, the fact that we got into him toward the middle of Inferno with the possibility of Virtus.pro winning this in 2 suggests just how close these two teams are matched here on stage.
Yeah, and just looking at the initial buy here coming in from VP, the game is paused, but VP is obviously talking about what to do on this specific pistol round. And it does look to be a little bit more of a strategical approach in favor of VP, instead of just a regular having one person with a nade and then everyone else rushing. We will actually do see 2 players with nades instead.
And so here we go, we're back into game. It's map 3 of our second semi-final. Fnatic up against Virtus.pro, the defending champions, and the Polish side looking for retribution against the very side that knocked them out just the major prior. Here we go then, as already blood has been drawn. JW down to 58. As the CT side does look to have got a pretty good call on the numbers. They've got a good feel for where the T side is taking them. But what was that? Taz picks up a double. They're very, very low, but that's not stopping Pasha. Trying to find even more. Snacks gets one. All onto Flusher. He's got no health to work with. And Virtus.pro, the whirlwind into the B site.
Yeah, and they start off the same way that did a Mirage, and a very, very fast, aggressive fashion, just rushing that A bomb site, having 2 towards the drop zone, using the Molotov just to hold off the Fnatic rotation, and then one smoking off connector. Great round for Virtus.pro. I actually do like this approach a lot better, because yeah, they ended up losing Inferno, and the one mindset that should come in towards the last map would be no fear. We are the better team on Cobblestone, and we're going to show it here today.
Well, we're going to find out if they can keep this up. There was a quick pause there just to keep things in mind, and if they start off like Mirage went, it's going to be a bit of a strong scoreline, bearing in mind that Fnatic only managed to pick up 6 rounds in that one. So, once again, we're going back into this and looking at what we're going to be seeing. Fnatic are not going to take this one lying down. The game is live. We're back into it, of course. Virtus.pro picking up the first 2 rifles, 3 SMGs. Let's see what they can do here. Farron, what do we make of what the CTs are going for? The CZs, the head armor. They're trying to make a go of this one.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's going to be a force buy. It's very common to do so on this map because you have these very narrow entrances that you can actually just use to your advantage on the CT side. I'm quite surprised that we won't see a scout, but yeah, the C75s here, and obviously the deal on Crims. We did see that one shot on Inferno. But can they hold it off here? We do have 3 SMGs in favor of VP, so there will be a very fast and running play here.
Yeah, and JW actually backed over towards A at the start here. Bialy is starting to look towards drop. JW comes back, shows presence. But while this happens, Pasha is building towards that platform side. Crims with the deal. We saw he was marvelous with that before, but Bialy will find JW by drop, and that's going to open up this map. Olaf and Flush are going to start pulling themselves in towards B, but now, here we go. That's the Crims we're looking for. Already getting down one, but Pasha gets it back. And now Pronax tries to overwhelm Taz. He does it. They picked up 2 kills already. They've got 1 rifle away, and now Pronax has to go big, but look who's behind. Neo says hello, recovers the rifle, and Virtus.pro get the bomb down. They recover the rifles. They're back in control.
Yeah, and Fnatic actually bought a bunch of smokes, and they kept on re-smoking the B entrance, and then they ended up stacking that bomb site as well. For VP there, it could have ended so much worse, but then they ended up winning the round anyway. Yeah, sure, they lost a bunch of members, but when it comes to force buys in general, all that matters in reality is winning the round. It doesn't matter if you have 5 people alive or 1 person alive, just having that 1 round win is key.
So Taz picks up a double. He's going to continue with a potential triple, but Pasha helps him out with that one as the bomb will be going down as well. Fnatic investing nothing into this round, and looks like Virtus.pro are going to be able to do it neat and tidily to secure the first 3. We saw what happened over on Inferno. VP got the first 3 and the last 3. We'll see if things can change, as it does look it's going to be going a similar fashion. Then again, Olaf and Flusher making it a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, and I mean, the SMGs, they can end up dying. It's just having, if Olaf Mice gets 1 kill with the SMG now, that's actually quite bad.
Flush has to be careful, but fortunately, Bialy saves the day, as does Neo. That's going to be 3-0 though, and Virtus.pro start as they mean to go on.
Yeah, and if Fnatic wants an AWP here, it's only going to be Crims that can drop one, but he does not. So we won't see an AWP on Fnatic, and we will not see an AWP on the Virtus.pro side, which makes sense because the past 3 rounds here for Virtus.pro, the first 3 rounds, has been very, very aggressive coming in from them, and I do not think that that's going to stop now.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing JW with that rather infamous Mag 7 that he does pick up when he plays towards drop, and once again, he will be lurking around there, but if Virtus.pro goes fast, they have been, this could be a very quick round, but with that utility, they have to be a little more cautious. They may have to take their time on this, yet still, they'll leave Neo over by A. They're not going to put all their eggs in one basket here.
Yeah, and it's going to be the same approach. Since they actually force bought the second round again, Fnatic, they don't have that much nades. They only have 2 smokes left and 1 Molotov, and you also have a Mag 7 on JW.
And Olaf Meister's actually already over by B. These guys are making this fairly obvious. Olaf, Flush are all there, but look at the T side. They're starting to pour out. JW backed away. He's on the site. They're going to retract back as much as possible, but Snacks and Taz are already out. There's still a minute on the board. Virtus.pro could still head over towards A if they fancied it, but they have got players out. They're going to look towards maybe using drop here. Crims finally catches a glimpse. Platform is starting to be favourable towards Fnatic. JW finally gets in there. Pronax as well, finding Snacks. And just Bialy and Neo left alive, but Bialy does at least get 1, but 3 players now against him. Fnatic shouldn't allow him a chance here, but tell me this is not going to happen. Bialy gets 2. This should not be possible. JW and Flusher not peeking just yet. JW does get the rifle. 25 seconds. Bialy, don't give me a heart attack. He's got the bomb. JW and Flusher, they're not playing this aggressively. They're taking their time on this one.
They're playing it very safe, which is very smart in this situation.
Oh, he's faked the bomb. He's going to take the challenge. Flusher says no and gets Fnatic on the board in the first gun round.
Yeah, and you saw the same situation that Fnatic had on Inferno that they had now, where they don't have that many nades. And if VP would have just waited out a little bit more time, they had plenty of time to work with. They ended up going out towards the bomb site at around 55 seconds left, and Fnatic had no more nades left. If they would have waited like another 10 seconds and still had this one guy in mid, that would have forced Fnatic to at least have 1 more player towards that A bomb site, just only having to fight 3.
Where do you build from there? Fnatic reminding Virtus.pro that they are going to be ever present here on Cobble. They do look to be kind of boosting up. They actually opted, instead of the Galil, to take the Mag 7 up into that close quarters area on platform. JW just edging away from the HG, try and take minimal damage down to 86. Virtus.pro, same again. They do have Molotovs, 3 to be precise. That's going to enable them to clear those corners that can be so deadly on B. But in the meantime, Fnatic are going to start catching wind of where this bomb is going to be going. Smoke completely obscures Olofmeister. He's out of this one. He's forced to back away. It's going to come down to what Crims and JW can piece together. And that smoke, that's going to be dissipating very, very soon. And it's going to be exposing the Virtus.pro attack, throwing in a couple of shells towards that smoke. It does actually connect, but at distance.
Yeah, VP is really not getting anything done here, but here we see the push.
Yeah, it's going to be JW and Pronax who respond. VP taking too much time, it seems. There's 4 frags. Olofmeister puts the bow on it, and that's going to be a very simple second for Fnatic. What went wrong there, Fifth Laren?
Yeah, actually, when Flipside was playing against Luminosity, 2 days ago, they had the same kind of approach to the game that VP has right now, is that they don't really take map control. They have 5 guys just stationed in B, just waiting for the smokes, and then you see Fnatic just instantly rotating. They have 4 towards the B bomb site at all times, and Flush Eye is already in connector, so basically Virtus.pro are fighting 5 players at the same time. They need to be able to spread out at the beginning, just make sure that Fnatic doesn't just overly rotate towards the B bomb site, and then you can end up hitting it if you want.
And the last time we saw Virtus.pro kind of falling into this kind of rinse and repeat trap, but they were still being able to keep attention towards A. Neo did have the AWP. He was actually keeping people certainly paying attention towards it. JW there going to have, make light work of pretty much anyone against him. The only one really with a chance, maybe Taz, to hit a couple of 1-deeks, but highly improbable. But they are at least going to try the A site, and they're going to be met with brute force. But I'm hoping we see something a little bit more varied from Virtus.pro here, as Taz, Snacks and Neo going to have to face the music and not going to get anywhere. This time Fnatic keeping numbers, keeping them at arm's length, and we're back tied up all even.
Yeah, and I agree with what you're saying. So right now they actually did try the 2 weapon rounds that Fnatic had weapons. They tried to go towards B, and they tried to just wait it out and then ended up just losing the rounds. This round I'm hoping that VP will just end up just doing a regular default first, just trying to get some aim duels onto Fnatic, because they've proven from time to time again that they can actually win these battles and just give them the advantage that they may need to win yet another round on the T side here.
So, where does this one leave us? It does seem like the Virtus.pro side is trying to steer away from what you were just talking about. As you can see what Neo's got in store for us or not. Olofmeister's there. Bialy traded out. Pasha in the meantime did find Pronax. And how on earth has the T side seized so much control? Previous round they had nothing. Now they have everything. The bomb swarming towards A, and it's only on GW and Crims, who were of course those 2 defenders on B. They pull their socks up and try and get close towards the site, but the control has been completely relinquished. And now, with the bomb down, time is against them as well.
Yeah, might as well save here. Bomb down, 2-on-3 situation, and then VP, good call for VP there. Just having 3 members drop in the drop zone and then jumping through connector, catching Olofmeister off guard. Yeah, he got 1, but then all of a sudden VP had full control of connector. Then 1 more Fnatic member ended up dying in mid, and then they just left A completely open. They had connector, and Fnatic they had nothing.
And what do you make of Olof then going that aggressive? He actually kind of started to try and maybe gather information, knowing Neo's been the only man there, but Bialy, of course, joining in that round. Is this something maybe Virtus.pro are starting to get aware of, that maybe you're going to see someone get aggressive and want to push out, get more information? Was it just a nice read from them?
I mean, it was the same thing that I was calling about Luminosity when they were playing against Flipside. If you have one member just being aggressive on the A bomb side, if you don't see anyone, it's very given that they will just end up going 5B, and then you can just instantly rotate everyone. He can even be flanking. So it was somewhat of a gamble. It didn't pay off this round, and now I'm fairly sure you won't see Fnatic doing that again.
Yeah, I want to keep my eyes on Olof, see if he fancies it again, but at the moment Virtus.pro going back to doing what looks like they do best on occasion. But however, but look at this, they've still already, Fnatic have 4 players already by that B side. Don't get me wrong, Olof's not far away, but he's already supporting these guys. I'm kind of hoping Neo gets a little bit more time to work towards Flash, or possibly they go charging towards this. They could maybe start working towards drop here and get the advantage, but still, Crims and JW going to be put up towards that platform from Virtus.pro. looking for their next move.
Yeah, exactly the same approach of Flipside had. We do see the push here coming in.
Oh, but look at Neo, look at Snax, look at Taz. They're in a great little spot here. JW still holding platform. He's not seeing much, but Neo, Snax, and Taz have worked their way towards drop. They're looking for something here. Snax gets out towards the side. JW down. Crims swings his attention, but now we're seeing finally the power of drop. Neo comes in. Great play coming out from Virtus.pro here. And now Flusher, last man standing, stuck by those doors. Nade goes out. Oh yeah, much from it sadly, and now the 3 players remaining for Virtus.pro can be pleased with what they achieved that round.
Yeah, great round by VP. The main difference for Fnatic there, the reason why they could not hold this round was that they didn't have anyone stationed holding the drop zone, and Virtus.pro had 3 members there, so they were just waiting it out, playing it very passive, and then by the time they decided to push out, that's when they just sandwiched Fnatic all together, and obviously massive amounts of headshots as well. Neo with an amazing 2-kill, and leaving Flush out 6 HP, no point in trying to go for it, especially considering that the fact that Fnatic, they are running somewhat low on money. They can probably force buy here if they want to still keep this close in the game, or they can choose to just perhaps save, but I'm going to call it that they will end up buying here.
Just the lack of money for Olof, the drop does come in from that saved AK, and here we go then, folks. There is an AWP in play. Neo is the one to pick it up, and you can see the Polish crowd still they haven't stopped chanting since before this game even started. The mere concept that Virtus.pro would soon be on stage, and they were making noise. Now though, let's see where this round takes us as something different brought out from Virtus.pro.
Yeah, I really like this. Neo actually have an AWP now as well, and they're actually pushing A long instead, leaving Pasha, but you see, look at JW. Pasha, okay, great job. Pasha is supposed to be holding the flank there. If JW would have snuck through, there would have been a lot of angry Polish people in that VP team.
Now, where do you build off the back of that? Pasha picking up that frag is actually kind of started somewhat of a rotate from Virtus.pro. Feeling like they can kind of build off the back of that, try and keep Fnatic on their toes, keep them guessing. There's 3 players still sticking on that A site.
Yeah, there's a great call from VP. Pasha getting the pick there onto JW, and then just going fast out B here. There's no one here holding for Fnatic.
It's all onto Pronax. He's only got so little health, and Pasha ensures it as he does connect all onto Crims to try and claw this one back, but there's a smoke at the doors, and that is going to be a planted bomb. It's going to come down to what the 3 remaining Fnatic players can build off of this one. Neo does miss the shot, but in the meantime, you can see that Fnatic have made the executive decision to back away, cut their losses, and that's going to be 6 for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, again, Virtus.pro being extremely smart.
Taz is hunting. He wants to take as much as him away from Fnatic as he can, and he does. As that's 2 now down. Olofmeister lucky to be alive, and he may not be for much longer because Bialy is on the hunt. That's beautiful. Nothing for Fnatic in that round, and Virtus.pro maintain 4.
Yeah, and again, we saw this on Mirage as well. We saw this on their T side for Virtus.pro, on Inferno also. When it comes to being very unorthodox, you had Pasha there, they just switched it up, having Pasha the only player on the B area, and then just trying to hold so they don't flank. JW didn't see anyone, rushed down. When he went down, Pasha just called and said, well, I don't see anyone, there's no smokes, there's nothing, just try and go here back again. And then VP, obviously Fnatic took a gamble on second A, did not work out, and VP once again just reading Fnatic.
This is beautifully done from Virtus.pro. Started a little shaky. We thought they were just kind of throwing bodies towards that B site, but once they started to find that form, started to really lead Fnatic around, they've got themselves back towards this game. However, looking at this round, Fnatic have a couple of weapons. Not a great deal to work with, just those P250s, CZs. There's 4 players by B. Pasha is going to have to systematically undo this Fnatic side, and already JW getting a face full, try and do the boost by drop, and here we go. Pasha gets Crims. Piece by piece, Fnatic should fall here. Olof already on the rotate, gets found by Taz. Snax watching drop. This should be a very clean round.
Yeah, it's only Pasha that might end up going down here. But for VP, again, just basing off of their money, they don't don't have that much money to begin with, so having most of their players staying alive here is very crucial.
Yeah, highly important. Pronax did manage to take down Snacks, but I think that's all she wrote. Pronax did get the AK at least, so he does retrieve some weapons.
Yeah, and for Fnatic now as well, you see their approach to the game right now is basically stacking 4 players towards B and just having Flasha circling around the A area. This one round, they took a gamble towards A because they're overthinking the situation. They're thinking, well, okay, VP has hit the B bomb site so many times now, they must be going A. And then instead of the fact that just playing very defensive, you had JW instead pushing, and that was a mistake. You should not push when you're trying to sack the other site. Because when you go down, that's when the VP members start rotating back instead.
All right, let's see what Fnatic can bring out this round. They really don't want to let Virtus.pro start that ball rolling, because let's bear in mind the start of this, you know, it was going Virtus.pro's way, then Fnatic got the 3 back to back. But now, since then, Virtus.pro have had 4 rounds, bomb plants basically throughout the vast majority. But Olaf Meister has found the orb. However, Neo on the other side doing the same thing. This could change it all, but Snacks straight away, taking down Crims, straight through connector. Olaf finds him. That's going to signal where he is. Flusher might have caught a glimpse there, not too sure. He backs away. The T side starting to pour through towards the A side. They're all here. Flusher stopping him as they walk up, but Bialy with the 1-for-1 trade, but Olaf joined by Pronax, swatting them away. Great shot from Olaf comes out, and it's now just down to Neo. 1v3. Smoke goes down. He's got 1 minute to do this. He's got spotted. He's surrounded, and Pronax says no to Virtus.pro's reign. They get back into this, and a big round coming out for Olaf then.
Yeah, and Virtus.pro actually just really abusing the drop zone every single round they can, and then it was really crucial for Fnatic there, for Olaf Meister to get that 1 kill on the person in the drop zone, because Crims ended up going down. If Olaf would have died there, it would have been game over again. Virtus.pro would have gotten a free round yet again on the A bomb site, but instead he gets 2 very crucial kills, and it's keeping them in the game.
Olaf does catch a glimpse of a few nades thrown towards the doors and backs away. Well, it stays defensive off the back of that one. Pasha could not be lingering any closer to that peak, and the Molotov still not quite touching him in the safety of that smoke. And so, VP relying on the acting skills of Pasha to try and keep Fnatic at B, because there most definitely is another plan, but Olaf is the one who very well has the capabilities to dash those plans or not. Neo connects the shot, winning on that AWP duel, and now very well could be crunch time for Fnatic. I think decisions are starting. See Crims pulling his socks up and rotating.
Yeah, and he only saw Neo as well, and I would be upset if I was Olaf Meister. That timing that Neo ended up peeking at just ends up losing him the duel, and it's a 5-on-4, and it looks to be another A play coming in for Virtus.pro.
And Molotov doesn't catch Crims, so they have no idea he's there. They're going to assume that corner's clear, which could prove fatal to Virtus.pro. 30 seconds and the bomb still not down, but Taz takes a step in the right direction. Looks like Crims is going to make it difficult for Bialy though. That's now all on to Neo and Pasha. Pasha pays a heavy price for that frag. In fact, so much so, he is now down. All on to Neo to do what seems impossible. Just the off! What was that? Neo blows Crims out of the water, and now it's a 1v1. 10 seconds, the bomb is a priority. He's gonna be punching the digits in, and now with it down, he has the ball to play for. Pronax saves the day with 2. And oh my God, is this an intense semi-final?
I almost pissed myself. What was that? Seriously, God, okay, I think I need a pause from that shot. Good job from Pronax in that one-on-one situation. He actually did not fire the bullet when he jumped over this one. How
do you do that?
How do you even know, Neo, please? But yeah, Pronax did not shoot the initial bullet. If he would have done that, if he would have been a little bit more stressed, shot the first bullet there, Neo would have just fake planted, and then you might have ended up in a way worse situation for Fnatic.
Sometimes, you know, it's not exactly how many kills you have. Sometimes just that 1 kill, that 1 play you make be so important, and that was one of them to keep Fnatic in touching distance here. JW this time will find Pasha first of all, but Neo just with the scout here, this could be a lot tougher to work with.
Yeah, and Virtus.pro with almost somewhat the same approach as they had before. You see Flush actually just pushing, and this is what I'm saying. The call now is like, okay guys, just fall back towards B. You see all of the remaining Fnatic members just pushing back towards B. They have 4, and Flush is just holding.
But no one's holding connector though. Is anyone watching drop? Okay, JW is holding. There we go, finally the holding factor there. Otherwise, that could have been another round. We see Virtus.pro try and abuse that, and soon enough, surely they're going to work out that someone's surely gathering information.
Wow. He almost burned himself there. It was a little bit of a...
He's down to 6 HP.
Yeah, from his own Molotov.
Hey, at least one of them was keeping it cool in the previous round. JW, not so much so. But still, 40 seconds left. 5v4. Fnatic have the numbers. The HP is low, however. And Fnatic know exactly where Virtus.pro are going. It's going to come down to maybe a little bit of Virtus.pro hitting these beautiful shots that they can do if they want to get this site theirs. But here we go. This is going to be where it's proven. Olaf already finding snacks. He's going to be holding vigilant here at the back of site. But Neo with the scout comes up big, but it's just down to Bialy now. Pronax is low. JW is low. He gets the title flush. He gets the frag. He can't do any more. But my God, that was close. JW 6 HP, Pronax 12. That could have gone either way then, but still, Fnatic keep this close. But Virtus.pro are just in the lead.
Yeah, and Virtus.pro, again now, they should be saving coming into the last round of the half. But you saw there, as I was saying, Flusha just pushing out towards the A area, the A long. He had full control. That's why you saw 4 Fnatic members just waiting out and B, just wait, even though Virtus.pro took their time, and then Flusha just flanking. It was close, but at the end of the day, it was round win for Fnatic, and there was a very given execute round from Virtus.pro.
My heart is beating at unhealthy rates right now. Let's see what this VP Swarm can do. 4 of them, just P250s to their name, but Olaf Meister deals with it very, very cleanly. That's going to be Flusha, who does exactly the same, and it's going to be just Neo left to watch by the wayside as Flusha puts a bullet to his head. 7-7 then as the equalizer does come in, and this half has been turbulent, to say the least.
Yeah, and just basically, just looking at what has worked for Virtus.pro, obviously, most of the B rounds has worked. They had one A split round that worked as well. The normal A rounds actually have never worked a single time for them. If Fnatic knows this, if they pay attention to that, then chances are they might just be looking into just trying to take a gamble here towards the B area.
No, it worries me when I see Virtus.pro starting off like this with thoughts like that already. 4 players looking towards the safe site. However, it's Flush from JW this time, so boosting, I believe, JW up towards that small balcony. And Flusha could be the one on the precipice of that smoke, but Pasha is still by B, so keeping some attention there. Flusha, he's going to spot them as they pour through that smoke. It's going to be JW to greet them at the doorway. He takes down one in the hands of Flusha as well, but there we go. 2-for-1 exchange in favor to Fnatic. It looks like this round should go their way.
Yeah, smart play by Fnatic. You're taking a gamble again, just stacking into A long. And you saw the VP members as well there, just trying to take control of the map and then just getting shut down completely. And overall, it's a really good comeback from Fnatic, getting the remaining 5 rounds out of the half, which is exactly what they need. I mean, 7 rounds already on the T side for Virtus.pro, ending up winning the pistol, and then they're in the lead, and then it's just a massive amount of climb for Fnatic incoming on their T side on this map.
I think Bialy might have just got spot. Oh my God, Bialy scalps Pronax. This should be purely impossible, however. Bearing in mind there's still a nade, there's still 2 players against him. He's gonna get the bomb down. Olaf and Krims should be able to do this. Might just try and leave sight here. The fire comes out. Olaf will find him, and Fnatic regain the lead going into the second half.
Yeah, and again, overall, for both Fnatic and VP, I'd say it was a very, well, obviously it was a very even half. But for VP, I felt like they could have actually had a lot more rounds in their favor if they were to just, whenever they were to execute B, to at least have either Neo or someone else just to hold mid for just a little bit longer, show your presence so Fnatic doesn't over-rotate towards that B area. And then for Fnatic's point, they put a lot of pressure on the B bomb side in the beginning. It didn't really pan out, but then obviously they got money screwed a little bit, forced on a save, ended up losing a few more rounds. But all in all, very solid comeback for Fnatic and for VP now. Getting the pistol is going to be something that they are looking for, and I do believe we might be seeing somewhat of an aggressive play here from their side as well.
I think we're seeing a bit of an aggressive crowd as well. This is split in two. We've got the Polish fans going wild in the crowd. My God. Virtus.pro have a lot of fans out there they need to step up for here.
If Fnatic wins, I'm leaving this area.
Yeah,
I think we're going to have like a
the
brawl.
hell away.
We're going to put someone else on that job later. Security?
Anyone, please help? Oh, it's hopefully all in good fun here. But of course, Fnatic do take the lead in this one, Alex. They're up 8-7 here. Let's bear in mind, it seemed like no start of this. There was always a chance, there was always the idea that Virtus.pro could be the team to do this, but the practicality of it really coming through was so slim. But they've looked good in this, haven't they?
They have been on top form, and there's no doubting that. We said already that Fnatic have most definitely been playing very well in the earlier stages of this tournament, struggling to look particularly challenged up until this, and this is proving to be Fnatic's biggest challenge yet. This is the first team to take a map off them here. Now we'll see if they can do one better. Virtus.pro, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. DreamHack, we saw them 3rd, 4th finish. Katowice, we saw them 3rd, 4th finish, and this cobblestone map could be the game changer.
Well, and VP actually, look at their buy. They're having actually 4 members with grenades, only Taz with the armor, and that is very unorthodox. And then on the other side, you obviously have a smoke and a flashbang on Flusha.
All right, guys and girls, this is what could be the final half here between these two. Fnatic on 8, and oh my God, already sheer aggression coming out from Virtus.pro. Flusha at the top of mid has just shattered their dreams. Neo goes down, but Taz comes back in. Blow for blow here, Alex.
Taz and Bialy then left with it all to do, and the bomb most definitely is going to be planted courtesy of Pronax. The 2 CTs are pretty spread as well. They certainly don't have safety in numbers at this point. And Fnatic look to have started as they mean to go on. Even seeing the boost as well, which is going to enable him to creep and crawl his way. JW's been gifted the perfect positioning. Why are we not looking at that? Because he comes straight behind Bialy. In the meantime, Taz takes down Pronax. And in time, does look like it's going to be causing too much of an issue for Taz, just hopefully trying to do something to gain some respect. But no, Olaf says no. 9-7 going to be the score, and Fnatic securing a solid start in the second half.
Yeah, and as I said, Virtus.pro trying something very aggressive, only having Taz with the armor. I don't really understand the approach. At least have 2 or 3 members, the ones that's going to be pushing to have an armor, pushing down middle, and then either drop them a weapon or 2 if you want to don't keep the nades. But here we do see a force spike coming in for Virtus.pro. Will it work? And obviously a shotgun at JW, but I'm not quite...
He's got the Kraken.
I'm not even surprised.
No, he's about to release the Kraken. Let's find out what he can do with this one. It's let's be honest, on the other side, he'll just hold it with the Mag 7, so why not, I guess, right? Then again, you know, Virtus.pro have to now deal with this, Alex. It's not going to be easy.
This seems to just be JW doing what JW does best. I've been intrigued to see how far he can get with it. Just one head arm on the CT side. Crim's already demonstrating how potent he can be with a rifle, as he does take down Snacks without a point of damage being exchanged. 9-7. And still, we see Virtus.pro holding the T side back. 3 on that B side, 1 over towards A.
Yeah, Snacks shouldn't even have pushed for to begin with there. I understand it might be just a little scout call, but when you do have a force buy, why waste the money?
Damn, Bialy finds the head of Olaf. And we could very well have a round on our hands here. Doesn't look like they're going to be retrieving it just yet. JW still tentative towards that drop room, despite there being no presence there. Now 35 seconds, things are going to start heating up here, Laura.
Yeah, they certainly are, and this should be a walk in the park for Fnatic. Nothing should stop them. Pronax with the double, just barreling through. The Kraken gets tamed by Taz, but now 3v2 situation here. I don't know how they're letting it slip this far. Neo, last man alive, P250, bomb is down. 2 rifles still in play, 1 in the hands of Crims, 1 in the hands of Flusha, and Pronax with the Mag Daddy, but this should never have felt this close. I don't know why it felt like such a threat. The Bialy really disrupted Fnatic.
Yeah, and I mean, again, VP actually did take the gamble there on stacking the B bomb, so you only have Neo on the A bomb side. Snacks, though, I'm not quite sure still why he decided to push that B hallway. He could have just stayed together, and if he did that, then VP would have had a very good chance of even winning the round.
And there we go. In pairs, we see them. Victor Crims will manage to keep hold of his rifle, take down Neo. And Fnatic 10-7 now, not far away from what could be them getting to the final against Envy. Virtus.pro, however, once again going to have to sit through this round with very little to work with.
Yeah, basically nothing. We're going to have two P250s in Virtus.pro's hands on Taz and Bialy. Everything else will be, and Neo as well, but everything else will be a strict, straight up eco round. So for Fnatic here, just go fast and just make sure you don't lose any weapons.
Yeah, Fnatic are aware of it as well. You can see the SMGs being stuck out. Pronax and Olaf are the ones rocking the Mac 10. It looks like JW's just going to go on a mission. He's desperate to show that this is a viable choice. And oh, he does! Through the smoke, Pasha takes a shell to the chest. And the B side has been left vacant for the Fnatic side. They're going to be getting that bomb down and getting that round on the board. As it comes down to just a few pistols. What can you do with a PT-50 like that? Just hopefully take, you know, the shotgun out of JW before he does anything flashy. It looks like Pronax is going to do all the work for him, or not, as Snax does pick that one up, and JW finds his second, surely not a third, as he's desperately going to be picking it up. And oh dear, I worry about matchmaking now. We're going to be seeing a whole lot more sword off. As now just has a near.
I think he's doing that to just to raise the flag with me here, because obviously my fake nick was release the Crackler, and I do believe that they made this weapon for me as well. I'm taking all the credit for that weapon, and for the JW buying that weapon.
Oh, he nearly took it out of JW's hands. But that was 4 for JW in that round, and the unarmored, unbought up Virtus.pro fall under JW's shotgun.
All right, this is the big round for Flaren, surely. You know, this is where we're going to see if really Virtus.pro can challenge Fnatic. Fnatic on paper were always the favorites here. Virtus.pro found some fire and they brought a game, but this could define so much, and JW still has that.
Yeah, it's actually really good at the drop zone because it's somewhat close quarters and it's a one hit. Look at this. Oh!
Not going to work out today. Nice try, JW. Taz will happily, once again, knock you back. But looking at what Fnatic are up to, they're very aggressive. They're so far ahead on A. Neo's kind of behind them. Snax is holding down on the site. Olaf goes down. Now everyone's getting over here. Crims and Pronax making their cross. Snax knows it. Great little pop flash to allow him out. The molly comes in, but he's crossed. Crims almost didn't expect that. He finally deals with the threat, but Neo behind. Pasha and Bialy still to work with this one. Bomb is down though, and this is going to get close already. 2v2. This is down to the wire this round. Pasha looking in. He's going to make the shot. Oh, Flusher! Just absolutely decimates Pasha there, out of nowhere. And now Bialy is stuck. He can't get back into this one. The clock's ticking. He doesn't even have a kit in this, and already Flusher playing it so damn smart, and Bialy knows what's up. Crims is not letting him get away. Fnatic are back in form.
Wow, yeah, and what a comeback that round from Fnatic. Virtus.pro really had everything under control, but then Flusher with an insane headshot, and quite surprised that Bialy's bullets did not hit Flusher there when he was jumping over. But yeah, nonetheless, very fast round coming in from Fnatic on the A-bomb side. JW was just basically a puppet jumping down the drop zone, doing whatever he wants as per usual. But at the end of the day, Fnatic wins the round, and 12-7 in favor of Fnatic, VP on a save.
Virtus.pro yet to find a footing in this CT side here on Cobble. JW, again, he's rebought that after his failings in the previous round, and this just feels like salt into the wound of Virtus.pro. A team not that prone to tilting, but I know I'd be getting pretty irate. Then again, Bialy does take it out of his hands and begins to wield it himself, as this is now a 4v3, courtesy of Olaf Meister and his AK. Damage done to Crims, and actually, excuse me, that was HE onto Olaf as he finds by that Bialy. And just Tazania roaming around with 5.7s. Doesn't look like they're going to be finding too much more.
No, and for VP, yeah, you see here Neo just trying to cause a havoc, but Taz as well will be going down. And VP, they do have the money to work with, but it's cutting it close now. They need to put a stop on Fnatic.
But let's bear in mind now, Fnatic are just a couple of rounds away from making it to the grand final themselves. Virtus.pro need to step up now. This is where they have to shine. They cannot allow Fnatic any more room to breathe. Let's see what they can do. Already a double AWP out to play. This is the first time we're seeing it in this game.
Yeah, both Pasha and Neo. Neo tried to go a little bit aggressive on the A long, but then chooses to fall back a little bit at least. I do like this approach because then Neo here, he has full control over A, and then you will have heavily stacked Virtus.pro on the B bomb site. As soon as Neo sees someone, you will have Snax rotate back to try and help him out.
Yeah, you can hear Flusher spamming away, but Snax is falling back as well, just in case. They're not going to leave anything up to chance here. Fnatic not rushing this. Flusher, Pronax, Crims over by A. You've got Olaf and JW by B. And does this look like an A split again, or do you think they're going to just fake it out and try and rotate back to B?
I think just trying to take a little bit of control first, because if they were to A split, they wouldn't have two players alone with the bomb. So I think that we might just be seeing just a little bit of a set control, might be a fake, and then just end up going towards that B bomb site.
See what they go for here. Olaf is starting to test the waters by drop. There are 4 players from Virtus.pro though, fairly close to this B site, and we're going to have to see if Olaf can actually make something out. This Snax is waiting on the other side. If Olaf jumps up here, he is a dead man walking. Let's see what he does. Patience, maybe a Virtue Flash comes out. Here we go! Oh! Olaf is an absolute mastermind. Flashing underhand out the window, leaving Virtus.pro in dire straits. It's down to just Taz. Fnatic once again looking dominant. He gets one, he gets the tag on the second, but he cannot get the frag, and Fnatic once again looking dominant. It's time for a timeout, it seems.
Yeah, and Virtus.pro getting completely outplayed there. You saw Neo pushing out down middle with his AWP because he was like, I can't see anyone. Then you had 3 Fnatic members. You see, look at this.
He peeked before it popped. It's so smart because he had Snax's back turned, had enough time to get his crosshair aimed, and a beautiful pickup from Olaf.
Yeah, overall, Fnatic just playing remarkably well on this T side, having 6 rounds in their bag so far, and Virtus.pro, they don't have an ask for it, and obviously, yeah, they will play for the win with a force buy, having 3 rifles and Mag 7, and we'll see what Taz chooses to buy, but yeah, it's do or die now for Virtus.pro.
And as said, whether you love Fnatic, whether you hate them, you have to respect the way these boys play. They came back in from an absolute thrashing on map 1. They had a close game in map 2, and now they're starting to find the form we know Fnatic can be on.
Mirage feels so long ago. This has been a bet. Virtus.pro yet to pick up a round, still on the defensive side, and they have to try now to do what they couldn't do with a full buy, with whatever they've managed to scrape together. And here we go. Snax is going to be tested, and that's going to be crucial. 2 quick frags. Crims and Flusher forced to watch the rest of this round as Pronax, Olaf, and JW have a bit of a mountain to climb in this round. Olaf into drop. He should have the advantage. What? Bialy was holding the perfect angle, but surely not going to get a second. He's down to 8. Taz hungry for this one. He knows Olaf is low. He knows he's vulnerable, but instead backs away. And Snax goes for the repick. Olaf, too damn smart. 3v3 as this round has not stopped. Taz now is the one to find the frag. Does stop Olaf from finding a 3rd frag this round. And setting their sights on the French. They'll have been watching that game closely. And it looks to see another grand final will fill the Lanxess Arena. Not too long's time.
And just a big shout out to Virtus.pro as well. I feel like they played an amazing series, just not going the extra mile there on Cobblestone, but throughout on Mirage, extremely well. It's been a long time since I actually saw them perform to that level. And then going into Inferno as well, 16-14 in favor of Fnatic, and then Cobblestone, just probably energy was all drained, and Fnatic obviously used to having played to all 3 maps, very, very, very solid through the last 2 maps, and then all of Meister coming alive.
An all too familiar position for Virtus.pro as well. That 3rd, 4th finish here in the semi-finals. Again, it is Fnatic that makes it difficult.
And of course, the fans backing up Virtus.pro there, but you have to give credit to Fnatic. They played brilliantly. They came back from a moment that most wouldn't have been able to. Once you see some teams in these positions, make sure you give it up to those guys there, because they do deserve what they just won. I want to hear this crowd just as loud as for Fnatic as they were for Virtus.pro going forward.
Absolutely. The mental fortitude required to get through that Inferno game and then bring that pace in towards Cobblestone. Fnatic are your victors, and it's time to hear what Olof and OJ have to say on the stage.
So Olof, that was stressful, it was emotional to watch. What was it like to play? Come on, there's only great games here. We don't have booing in esports, no booing in esports. Olaf, talk to me, what was it like to play in that match? It was a great thing to watch.
It was hard mentally to play that game.
Come on guys, it was a great match. You have to cheer for both teams in great matches like that. Talk me through, what was it like to play?
It was hard mentally to play that game, but we...
Guys, please respect for the finalists, second finalists, please respect them.
Amazing words from Taz, amazing words. That's what makes this sport great. Talk me through, it was hard mentally.
It was hard mentally to play that game, but we have played so long and we have done so many comebacks, so we always believe in ourselves. So.
Well, you say you believe in yourself, though. Watching that second map, though, was there a moment that you thought, we could be losing this here?
Before the pause, yes. But after the pause, no. Yeah, before the pause.
What is it about the pause, then? We see so many times that there's a pause, and then suddenly the team that had the pause comes back and wins the round. What is it you talk about? What is it you do to make that win happen?
Well, I think it's, we talk what we do wrong and we adapt to the other team, but also if you take a pause, to stop their momentum as well.
Final question. You're through to the grand final of ESL ONE. It is a big major. You're going for history here. Has that taken anything out of you? You're going to be going against Envy, who's watched that. They've sat down, they're relaxed. You've got to play in an hour's time. Has that taken anything out of you?
No, we're here and we're ready to play final, and we're really excited to play. We're happy to be here, so we're just happy.
Do you know what? We are excited about the final. I want a massive round of applause, not just for Olaf, not just for Fnatic, but for VP as well. The final is coming!
And with that, Fnatic continues the dream towards a back-to-back major title, a back-to-back ESL ONE title here at ESL ONE Cologne. What a match, though. Both semis now going to 3 maps. We do want to move to the finals very quickly, but let's recap that last one on Cobblestone here. Katie, start us off.
Yeah, it was a crazy game. Virtus had a very great beginning here. Yeah. You were considering if it was going to be another Virtus.pro, but Fnatic made the comeback. They started to be a lot more stronger on their rotations, etc. And they just played the terrace half insanely well as well. I mean, JW maybe bought the shotgun once or twice too much, but I was surprised by the CT rounds, and especially Flusher stepped up and had a lot of high-impact rounds.
Yeah, we said backstage, as long as they got 8 rounds on the board, I think they'd be absolutely fine. We know how strong their terrorist side was, and it just came down to the aim duels. If you looked at the scoreboard there, everyone was stepping up for Fnatic. There wasn't one player standing out. They were all doing fantastic there, and that's what it came down to in the end. That's what the factor they were missing on Mirage, and then it kind of picked up on Inferno, and then it really came into fruition on Cobbles. That's what changed for them.
So Moses, as the man who kind of predicted how this match was going to play out, how did you view that last one on Cobblestone?
It's just really Fnatic putting a stop to that plow. I mean, it was running for 2 maps, and then once that pause came about on Inferno, like from there, it was just all Fnatic. Olafmeister showing up. Crims was beast mode, you know, the quiet guy that you don't really sometimes gloss over just on accident because he's not flashy. You've got JW, Flusha, Olafmeister, but it's like you kill those guys and then there's Crims you still have to deal with, and that's the strength of Fnatic. And I think part of the key to them being successful on Inferno was, or Virtus.pro on Inferno for some time was, you know, they would get those opening kills and then they would finish off the rounds, and they started out that way on Cobble, but then Fnatic just kind of turned it around.
To draw a comparison of this third map, it actually reminds me a bit of the Inferno game against Envious and TSN, because the cash run, where Envious ran away with all the close rounds, all the clutches. Yeah. All of a sudden we saw a change of that in this one, where Fnatic were winning all of them. We saw Neo losing that 1 and 2. We saw the round where Flusher made those plays in the 2 and 3 as well. And that's the round it's really changing the game.
Well, that's in this level of competition, that can be the factor that separates these two teams. When they're so evenly matched, the one-on-one clutches, that can define the whole game. So that's a very important factor to mention.
Yeah, well, it's been an amazing day so far, and as Taz said himself, I mean, now we're looking to the finals, back-to-back finals here for Fnatic, and it should be another great match to look forward to.
Talking about Taz, I mean, can you have anything else than respect for this guy? I mean,
what a guy.
what he just did, I mean, I don't know if you can say disappointed, but I don't want anyone to be booed at an esport event. Fnatic don't deserve it. No one deserves it, but the heart of Tess, it's just strong, you know?
Yeah, I mean, even after that last, to remember that, listen, we're still here, 11,000, 1 million strong watching online, to watch a final coming up for a full day that was dedicated to Counter-Strike in the Lanxess Arena. I mean, let's go back to that, right? Quite frankly, we could have any two teams from the top 16 here, and it would have been a pleasure to look forward to. So props to VP too. I mean, the fact that, let's give them some credit here, even if they lost, and sure, we're talking about Fnatic coming back, and now they're looking in form for the final, but it didn't look that way in the beginning. VP made a big run this major. No one expected them to make it this far.
Yeah, the way they played in those first 2 maps in this final, they would have beat any team in the world except for maybe the 2 teams we have in the finals right now. And it's just that they couldn't bring that over into Kabul. I mean, all the credit to them, but Fnatic just stopped them cold.
Yeah, I mean, and that, of course, when we talk about the maps, again, those are some of the other factors, Henry, as you were mentioning. Maybe when it comes down to those pressure moments, when it comes down to the map pool, yeah, everyone's good at when you're the top 4, good at all 7 maps. So who's slightly better at all, like 5 or 6, 7 of them? That's when we start seeing those differences. Of course, TSM made it quite far too, credit to them, but now it's going to be Envious versus Fnatic. What do you guys think? Just quick impressions. Of course, we'll have a little bit more time to break this down later, but now that we know the matchup for the finals.
Finally. Since the Envious lineup has been announced, I've been waiting for this matchup, and what a stage for it to be played out on. 11,000 here, over 1 million watching from home. It's going to be insane. We have all the great individuals. We have the Olofmeister, Kinius, Apex. You can draw any player out of these 10, and it's going to be absolutely insane.
Yeah, that completely summarizes it. It's going to be so exciting to see how this unfolds. I couldn't even give you a prediction. It literally could go either way. They're so evenly matched. Both teams now picking up some great form towards the end of both their series. So stay tuned. This is going to be an absolute barn burner.
Moses, what about you, man?
Yeah, this is so much aggression out of Envy. This is just going to be really fun because this is a team that is going to always take the fight to Fnatic. And these are 2 teams who are very good on force buys and on low economy situations. So it's like, we might not ever see a save round in this. I mean, not literally, but there's going to be very few save rounds. This is just going to be a bloodbath. It's slugfest. They're just going to go back and forth because neither team is going to want to give up the slightest advantage to it.
Yeah, man, it's been an exciting day to finally have both semis also go to 3 maps after the quarters where we're like, oh man, it could actually, most of them could all go to 3, and we have very close ones, but they all turned out to be 2-0. I think everyone can rest assured it's going to be a spectacular match of fireworks. But before we get there, also in the beginning of the day, we've been reminding you guys to vote for your favorite player in the semifinals, in the top 4 out of the 20 players. Who's your favorite when you're watching from home? Who are you rooting for the most? And that vote has closed. So before we move on to the finals and celebrate the culmination of this major at ESL ONE Cologne 2015, we also want to commemorate the fan favorite, the Aces fan favorite from this week at ESL ONE Cologne 2015. OJ, please tell us who it is.
Chobra, thank you very much. Obviously, the fans mean so much to esports, and your voting on this has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. As Chobra said, the vote is closed, which means Johan, who is from Asus, it's time to tell us who has been voted the fans' favourite.
Yeah, the fans' favourite is Pasha from VP.
Thank you very much. So Pasha from VT has been voted the fans' favourite. An absolutely fantastic choice as well. Now, he obviously has just been through a very emotional game, didn't want to come back on stage right now, which I'm sure you can understand. We will pass on the prizes. Well, no, what is it, Johan?
It's an Asus Zen pad. So, yeah, I hope it will be good for him and he will be a little happier then.
It's a little silver lining for him. Thank you so much to both Johan and Kata, who are both from Asus. I'll pass it back to you on the NVIDIA desk right now, Chobra. Thank you.